Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob, and today and tomorrow and the next day, hopefully, assuming we make it that far, we are going to be visiting the Night of the Zealot campaign for Arkham Horror, the living card game. But this time we're returning to it using the Return to expansion box to spice up the campaign, fix the campaign, make it more experienced player friendly, I guess. I don't know if that's what you call that, but yeah, we're gonna be jamming some new cards in, replacing some encounter sets. We have a new deck for Roland using the almost the entire card pool. I still don't have Return to the Forgotten Age yet, so thanks again, Yogi Bear, one of our producers, for supporting the channel in many ways, including helping build decks and that kind of stuff for us. So hopefully you didn't play a joke on me today, and this Roland deck is good. But again, it has to be like super good to compensate for my piloting skills of said deck. So hopefully we can figure it out. We're all going to play together. Join in. This is going to be my first time playing through Return of the Night of the Zealot. I've not played this deck before. We played Roland last week in the revised core set playthrough of Night of the Zealot. We did. Thanks everyone that joined us for that. today and tomorrow and the next day, we're going to play maybe not so new playerish focus. Like we'll just kind of like go through the motions. But if you're watching this and you're a new player to the game, you're interested in it, ask questions in the chat. Others can answer if I miss them, but feel free to ask, because I'm always cool down to stop and explain things. And for those that are watching, who maybe are Arkham Horror vets who played this game for 5+ years, I'm not one of those. I've played it for about a year, maybe. I don't remember when we first got it. Sometime within the last year. We've played a handful of the campaigns, only once through most of them, playing them blind on this channel. We played Night of the Zealot probably like 3 or 4 times now, maybe 3. We played it blind last week. Not blind, I've played it before, but I hadn't played for many months, and we played it last week out of the revised core set. So I played it recently, so I have an idea of what the return to Night of the Zealot might be changing and altering, and seeing how we can compare the two. But I will explain all the things I'm doing. I will chat with chat. I will stop. So if you're like an Arkham Horror vet and you're just here to watch like a quick and dirty playthrough of something, there's other channels on YouTube that you'll probably get that experience from. So go away and go watch those. But if you want to watch me kind of talk through my thought process to help other players who maybe are getting into this game or thinking of getting into this game, here on the live stream, we interact with the chat. I try to discuss things openly. We'll go through strategy. You guys will help me upgrade the deck, make choices. We're going to go through the deck list, kind of like card by card, to explain what we're looking for, to discuss like mulligan options and things like that. We'll do some polls where you guys can decide which direction we go, which location we visit, those kind of things. Because like I've not played through this version, and supposedly the Gathering, the first scenario, is quite changed. So I'm looking forward to seeing it kick my butt and do some stuff. But yes, Neil, if you don't want to watch this type of stream, no, I'm joking. You've been here before. You know what I'm about. But just we sometimes get people who come in who are like, you know, I've been playing the game for years, and I'm trying to target like newer players, trying to bring them into the game, introduce the game to them. So there's streams or not streams, there's edited videos out there where they'll just like blindly, you know, get the best deck, play through a scenario, not really interact with their audience, and just make it short, you know, quick, dirty experience through a scenario. We're not going to do that. We're exploring a product here. This is my first experience with a return to product. So I want to help people out in their purchasing decisions, also their gameplay decisions and that kind of stuff. So it's just going to be like hopefully information overload. But if you're just sitting here and want to watch through a quick playthrough, this is not it. But if you want to play along, throw some cool suggestions if you're experienced with this game and help out, we'll do that. But I don't want to see any comments saying like, you know, stop talking to your chat so much, you know, you're making mistakes, stuff like that. Hey, we make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. You make mistakes. So go film yourself playing. You'll find you'll make mistakes, especially when everyone's watching and you're trying to run a live stream. So feel free to point out those mistakes while you're watching live or in the comments later. But yeah, I will be interacting with chat. I will be stopping. We'll be discussing things. So yeah. Disclaimer out of the way. And we'll try to have fun along the way, of course. But this is live, so I don't want any complaints about it took too long to play through this playthrough or anything like that. We're going to enjoy it today. We're going to enjoy it. So feel free to come hang out and watch. And if you're watching later, you can scrub through all this stuff. You scrub through it already. Edgar says they're really adding caves in Daylore to Too Many Bones. I'm not sure what you mean, Edgar. I haven't been watching the campaign. Again, when I back a Kickstarter or a crowdfunding campaign, I throw my money at it and then I forget it. So if they're adding stuff during the campaign, I probably won't even notice. And then when it goes to the pledge manager, I'll visit it again and see if they've added anything that's worth managing my pledge and adding to my pledge or taking from my pledge. So FYI. But yeah. I know it's the point of the channel, guys. I'm trying to explain it just because sometimes people come to my channel and they expect, because they're on YouTube, that everything is condensed, edited content where you shut up, you play, you edit it, and then you upload it, and you maybe answer some stuff in the comments later. That's not how we're doing it. This new thing came out just like, you know, I don't know when have they been doing live broadcasts for? This is a live broadcast. You know, they've been doing them for about 100 years now. That's what this is. So we're doing it live. So there's some engagement with the chat. Yeah, I get frustrated when people tell me stop talking to the chat in the comments and shut up and play the game and focus and that kind of stuff. That's not what I do here. There's too much of that on YouTube. I'm trying to do different stuff. It's a whole different medium what I'm doing. But yeah, just FYI. Can you tell it bugs me? Like, what? Yeah, so live stream, pre-recorded content, two different things, two different audiences. FYI, that's what this is. All right. I just want to make that up front so people understand. So if you got to click away and go watch something else, and this is more to the people watching later, not the ones watching live. You're live, you know what's going on. But it's the ones watching later. And Yogi's here. Yogi, who built our deck, is here. Awesome. Hello, Yogi. I really can't wait to see what you come up with for Edge of the Earth decks. Oh, man. Oh, Edgar says, I joke, there should be 40 caves in Daylor. And they're doing it? I thought there should be. I know what you're talking about, Edgar. You're talking about like an expansion to add more variety to the Unbreakable box. Well, it's obvious they're going to do that because they did that for the core set, 40 days in Daylor. They did it for Undertow, 40 waves in Daylor. I had a feeling either for this campaign or they'll do another campaign like, you know, later where they would do 40 caves in Daylor or whatever you said. They obviously have that planned. Like, they obviously know they're going to add an expansion to add more stuff in. That's like common in board gaming, right? I just didn't realize they do it already and have it available for this campaign. That's cool. Yeah. But just so you know, sorry, just getting that disclaimer out of the way for anyone. I know you guys are talking about now. Just getting that disclaimer out of the way for anyone watching this later, clicking on it, and they're like, "What is he doing? Why does he just get to the gameplay? Why does he keep stopping?" It's because I'm reading my chat. If you're live streaming and not reading your chat, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing, but anyways. Yeah, I'm excited for Edge of the Earth. I don't know about decks, Yogi. I don't know how I'm going to approach that. Part of me wants to do it, like I said before, for Edge of the Earth when we get it, is take just the revised core set card pool and then grab Edge of the Earth and jam them together, and that's our card pool we can build from. I don't know if that's going to be good enough for it, if that's the decks are going to suck, probably. I don't know. And I'm okay if we like die on scenario 3 or something like that. But we're going to just try it the first try blind like that. Because I want to experience it from a new player perspective who might be getting into the game with the revised core set, then buying Edge of the Earth as their first expansion. And I want to know if I can recommend that, because people are going to ask me that all the time until Dunwich Legacy releases in the new format, the new 2-box model. So I want to have experience from that, and experience they can watch, and you guys can see us experience that. So I don't know how we'll do the decks, but yeah, like, feel free, Yogi, you can get involved. That's what I think we're going to build from, is just revised core set, and same with the upgrades and everything. We're just going to stick to a revised core set pool, Edge of the Earth player card pool, whatever that expansion is with the player cards in it, and that's it. So we'll probably choose investigators from Edge of the Earth, and then just pull from the core set cards. Oh, we should put in the investigator starter decks. I may do that. I may put those in as options too to pull some cards from. Just because those are nice, new player friendly products. They seem to be readily available right now, and those I can recommend people grab. They shouldn't shake it up too much. But I think that's what we'll limit our card pool to for our first Edge of the Earth playthrough when we're playing through blind. Just so when people ask, like, you know, Rob, I bought the revised core set, now what do I do? If it's not new player friendly and doesn't seem like a smooth transition into Edge of the Earth, then I'm gonna say don't wait for, you know, Dunwich Legacy or something, you know, or like don't buy it. But if it works out fine, it seems well designed, and they thought of new players with the way that's releasing in late 2021, then I want to know that too. I want to be able to recommend it and be like, you know, watch our playthroughs. You know, it seemed fine. There wasn't too much craziness, you know, that kind of stuff. That's my theory. Just don't use the starter decks. Yeah, we're not going to use starter decks. We're not going to play with the pre-built Investigator starter decks and Edge of the Earth to play through it. Other people can try that. That's fine. We'll do a little bit of deck building, which, you know, from our limited card pool of just revised core set, Investigator starter decks, and Edge of the Earth. That's my theory. Then we can all get some information out of it. It's kind of like a science experiment in gaming. That's my theory for that one. Because other people will do the playthroughs right away with like the full card pool, the hardcore players, experienced, you know, content creators. They'll, you know, crack out some amazing decks and stuff, and probably already built the decks, probably already have the game. They'll play through it that way. I want to play through it from a newer player perspective, and kind of introduce it to, like, if you're purchasing, you know, minimal product, I don't want to say like, oh yeah, this is what we're playing with today. You have to spend like $1,000 to get all these cards and track down packs and all that stuff. I don't want to promote the old release model, to be honest. But we are playing with a deck today that's pulling from the whole card pool. So a little different. But we're playing a Return 2 product, which I would never recommend buying yet as something right after you got the revised core set or anything. But we'll try it out today. I mean, I kind of wish I just did a revised core set and then tried Return of the Night of the Zealot. But I'll leave that up to somebody else to do, or maybe do that later. But yeah, anyways. And Yogi says there's a million good upgrade cards in Edge of the Earth cards, so it'll be kind of wicked. Nice. Yeah, that should change like the deck building direction too, and like trying out some new cards, which I'm looking forward to. And new investigators. I want to see these investigators. I haven't looked at what their abilities are, or their signature cards, or what cards are in the pool, and how they work with the core set cards, and then seeing if it's like they're like next level, you know, investigators, that kind of stuff. We'll take a look at them when we get the box. Dan says priority 1 equals Mel. Priority 2, Mel. I don't know who Mel is, but I don't know what you're talking about. Priority 2 through 10 equals chat. Priority 11 equals Rob. You're funny. Yeah, Velco. So the shut up and tell me just to play the game, it's been something that for over the last like 8 years we've been streaming. It's something that just comes up every now and then, but it came up in the last playthrough, which was a very targeted, like new player friendly playthrough. I was going in just a revised core set, very limited, playing with the starter deck. So, and I want to make sure any player that finds that and they buy the revised core set and they're interested in the revised core set and they look it up online and they bump into my video of it, they see right from the start, like, hey, I'm going to walk through the game, like explain every little thing I'm doing. We're going to interact with the chat, answer questions. We're going to investigate the cards in there, really walk through, like, you know, it's our first time messing with the core set. Do some upgrades, show all the upgrade options out loud. You know, like I wanted to take it nice and slow and go through that playthrough very slow. And yeah, I talk with the chat, and yeah, sometimes I forget something is going on or whatever. But yeah, that's totally fine. That's what that playthrough was intended to do. More than most playthroughs, you know? But yeah, it just happens every now and then. Someone will come across the channel, click on a video and be like, especially with the lifestyle games, you know, like the Marvel Champions kind of games or the LCGs in general, or, you know, any kind of lifestyle game. Some people just cross the channel and they're like, what's this guy doing? Why is this video so long? Why is he chatting with the chat? Why is he making mistakes because he's chatting with the chat? It's like, dude, there's other videos. There's other videos on the internet, tons of channels that just make edited content, try to pump out 20-minute videos, and go watch those. You're good. You got tons of content. Go find it. But yeah, it just bugged me when someone tells me stop talking to the chat and focus on the game. It's like, but then why live stream? I don't know. We're all hanging out. I don't get it. Anyways, it's something that just doesn't bother me. Just my head hurts trying to understand like why people say that kind of stuff. But anyways, but this time I'm trying to be upfront and super clear that like we will be talking while we play through. Just trying to let you guys know, first time blind playthrough playing Night of the Zealot. Just trying to let people know so they don't accidentally stay through the whole thing and then, you know, get turned off later. I'm trying to get rid of them now. That's the plan. I don't need you watching. I don't need people like that watching. I don't need your view, bro. I don't need your view. All right. Aaron's here, says new to the channel and found you because I was curious about the game, found your videos very helpful and learning how to play. Bingo. That's what I try to do, Aaron. I try that the best. Of course, I'm not going to play perfect when I'm chatting with the chat and stuff. But feel free to catch my mistakes, point them out, help people learn by pointing them out in the video description. Yeah. Michael says they haven't seen you rant. If they do, they'll be watching you always. Not so true. Not so true. I definitely know I lose people when I start ranting. It's all good. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, we're playing Return of the Night of the Zealot today. Return of the Night of the Zealot. All right, let's talk about our deck. Let's go through, I guess, what this is. Let's talk about what this is. Yeah. That's probably a good idea, right? Neil says, if you ever do a stream less than 3 hours, I'm out of here. I know. I try to do streams less than 3 hours, and somehow they always become 3 hours at least. I don't know what happens. Because I keep talking to my chat. I need to stop talking to my chat. Maybe I should just close this little window I have here with all these names and this text flying by. That will speed up my videos. Yeah, that's what I should do. Seems like a good solution. All right, anyways, we're playing Return to the Night of the Zealot, which you can see here. So you can buy Arkham Horror the card game two ways. You can find a old core set, which you might want 2 copies of, and you could probably find them secondhand, easy peasy. Or you can get Arkham Horror the revised core set, which recently released here in late 2021, which comes with enough cards for 4 players. The regular core set comes with enough for 2 players, 1 to 2 players. But it is very targeted at new players. So just like any other core set for most Fantasy Flight Games products, there's a tutorial you're supposed to play first, which is very new player friendly, teaches you the rules, kind of boring to play more than a few times, because it's very basic. They don't want to overwhelm the player. They don't want to throw too much at them. They don't want to, make it too difficult, that kind of stuff. And just give them a little taste of everything. And then you want to buy expansions later. But then usually they put a second scenario in there, which is kind of more fun. It's like, okay, you figured out the game now. Let's show you some of the cool stuff it can do. And then they do a third scenario, in my experience, or maybe it's not a third scenario. Maybe the core box you bought for whatever game, whatever the last scenario is recommended, or the hardest scenario, will usually be so hard for the cards that exist or the components that come with the game that you need kind of an expansion to get your power level up a little bit more, to come back and play it and then do better at it. Or you just keep playing until you get lucky, or figure out the solution, I guess. This is no different. So in this core set, it has a mini campaign. The first scenario, The Gathering, is meant to be played for new players. Play it multiple times till you figure it out. Then you can play in a campaign, and then you get experience. Progress carries over to a second scenario, The Midnight Masks, which is a really fun one. And based on how you do in that, you move on to the Devour. What is it? Devour Below or something like that. I forget what that last one's called. But something with the Devourer. And that one's really hard, like really hard. It has some cool alternate endings and stuff like that. But that's how it goes. So then you expand your card pool, you buy expansion packs, you play other campaigns, you build up a player card pool and an investigator card pool, and then you come back and you play that campaign again. Then you find out the first scenario is like really, really easy, you're crushing it. The second scenario is still kind of fun, but you kind of figure it out. And the third scenario, maybe you find the tools or the way to just, beat it. I don't know. I've never done that yet, but then they come out with these Return to products, and they did this for Arkham Horror. They'll probably do it for Marvel, where they come out with these like nightmare packs or ways of dealing with the power creep. And it's something in lifestyle expandable games. Eventually, you just keep adding stuff to the game and making cards. You need players to buy cards. So they're not going to buy cards of the same power level. They always want a higher power level card. So you got to come out with stuff that's flashy to keep players playing the game, to keep them buying your product. So in these LCGs, eventually they increase the power creep of the game, and players start finding broken combos and things like that. So to help balance the scenario and fix the scenario and make it more interesting for players to go back after they've expanded their card pool, expanded their skill and that kind of stuff, and maybe fix some erratas and balance issues and that kind of stuff, they come up with these Return to products for this game, which adds a bunch of cards, replaces some cards, changes things up, adds some new surprises, I assume. So we're going to see that today. So that's what this product is. $24.95 is the US MSRP on this. And it's a box to store your cards in. Comes with some, I don't know if this one came with player cards. Maybe it did. I probably just put them all in the set already. But it comes with a bunch of cards. I could probably see that in here, actually. And it comes with a bunch of encounter cards and stuff to change things up. Some of them come with other types of cards later. I know that from opening them and stuff, seeing there's like tarot cards I saw for one when I was looking at them, which I don't know what those are all about. But so maybe I can just click on a news article here and maybe it'll give you a kind of a taste. But we're going to go through this today. We're going to set up a scenario. We're going to walk through the setup. Yeah, here's what it gives you. So it does give you some player cards. It gives you dividers, gives you a box that you can hold the stuff in. Gives you some replacements for acts and agendas and encounter sets and locations. And we're going to walk through that today. We're going to walk through that tomorrow for Midnight Masks. And for the final scenario, we're going to walk through that on Friday. So basically, we're playing this through just to see what the Return to does. That's different from last week's playthrough of just the plain old Night at the Zealot. Or Night of the Zealot. Night of the Zealot. So this is Return to Night of the Zealot. And eventually, I want to experiment with the Return tos that we have for the other campaigns and stuff. But this one I just want to see because we just recently played the core set campaign, so it makes kind of sense for me. So I can kind of compare them because it's still within memory. But yeah, that's the plan. So that's what we're playing today. So to play this, you have to minimally at least own a core set of the game, whether it's revised or regular, or old and busted, that core set, and you just have to have this box. So 2 products minimum you need to play with this. You cannot just buy this and play with it by itself. You need the core set minimum. And of course, the more player cards and stuff you have, the more the options. Tara's interested in how solo differs from multiplayer. From my experience last week playing this game for the first time, true solo, the encounter deck is, yeah, you just get punished. But the encounter deck also, with only drawing 1 card a turn mainly off the encounter deck, sometimes you could see lots of treacheries or lots of enemies, and sometimes it goes very swingy one way or the other. So like with Roland, I kind of need to defeat enemies to grab clues off high shroud locations. When you don't have 2 players pulling cards off the encounter deck, it's still the same encounter deck, like same size. They didn't modify it for the player count. And whenever you don't modify some quantity of something, whether it's tiles on a board for spaces, this doesn't modify how many locations are out there or how thick the encounter deck is and the ratio of monsters to whatever. So the things that change are you're drawing less cards, you're spending less movement points. So I don't know about the balance there, but it seemed like it scaled okay. It just, when I was practicing with the solo before streaming, it was kind of weird. I had one game where I didn't draw enemies. It happened on stream too, where you only dig 7, 8 cards in the encounter deck, and sometimes you're just not going to see a certain type of card, but then sometimes you'll see the same cards over and over again because it's just what got shuffled that way. But when you're playing with 2, 3, 4 players, everyone's kind of divvying up the stuff, more stuff's coming out. Everyone's you can choose other investigators to take the punishment sometimes. When you draw a card that's put it in the play area of an investigator. Well, if you're the only one playing, you're taking all of the bad stuff. And yes, Gen Chaos says, in solo, you have to have a well-rounded deck. In multiplayer, you can focus a bit more on your class. Exactly. And I assume, Gen Chaos, even at the higher player counts, which I've not played more than 2 player, I assume when you start adding a 3rd and 4th player, like in some games, you can then focus really good on some of those support classes. And as long as you have a way to help your team, maybe it's not fighting monsters, maybe it's not, gathering clues, but maybe you're the one manipulating the encounter deck, dealing with treacheries, healing, that kind of stuff. In most board games, I find that if you're not covering the base core mechanics to win the game with, 2 player, you're kind of in trouble. But once you add a 3rd and 4th player, those players can kind of really specialize, and everyone can kind of specialize on one thing, which I assume this game does, but you're taking all that on as a solo investigator, so you got to cover dealing with monsters and dealing with clues. All have to be in one deck, so you have to really focus, and it kind of limits your card pool of building, I would assume, right? There's certain decks you just can't, and certain cards you just can't include, because they're not going to really, help you out, I would assume. Because I know that from building decks like Marvel Champions and stuff too, right? In Lord of the Rings, it's certain decks are better at higher player count, or certain cards are better at higher player counts. But again, I want to play this game at a higher player count. I want to build some fun decks, but yeah, we'll see. We'll get there eventually. Tara's asking, is Edge of the Earth considered core box? No. Edge of the Earth is like an expansion campaign. You still need a core set to play it, in theory. Because you're not going to have enough player cards if you just bought that to start with. You're not going to have any of the tokens. No rule book to get you into the rules of the game, although you can find those PDFs online. But you're just not going to have enough player cards. It's mostly going to have upgrade cards in there, I assume, like leveled up cards. But no, it does have a starter deck in there, no? I don't think it does. I don't think they're putting starter decks in there. Or are they? No, they can't. I don't think they are. I don't think those are starter boxes. Those are meant to buy after you buy your core set. I remember we looked this up. I just can't remember now. And yes. I can show you the dividers, Janet, for sure. Yeah, we'll go through the box. I'll open it up in a sec. Yeah. And they're on the screen there in the top right of that picture. But we can look at it right now. This is a return to box. It's a nice, it's a more solid cardboard than the regular cardboard of the deluxe boxes and stuff. So it's meant to be a little more sturdy. It's more of a board game box kind of cardboard, and to be a little more durable of a storage solution. And it comes with the standard cardboard covered, sorry, I should say air covered in cardboard that you get an insert in an FFG product. But it's because when the cards are unsleeved, they pretty much only fit here. So when this came, there was packs of cards just in here, and the dividers, everything was wrapped up. But I did sort everything out from the revised core set encounter cards, and it gives you little dividers for all the, like, you know, little encounters and the what are those called? The enemy encounter sets, or whatever they're called in this game. So for example, all the ghouls just have a little divider, and it shows you, I know my focus isn't working there, but it shows you the symbol. So it's easy just to put away. Even if you don't know the names of the encounter sets, there's the symbol for them there. So the Dark Cult, for example, shows you, like, you know what goes in here based on that symbol. Symbol's right here too. They're just little, you know, thin cardstock dividers. But they're nice. They're nice. It does the job. It does the job. But I do have some of the cards out here sleeved. I have some of the cards in here sleeved, but not sleeved. They all fit here. I think what I'll have to do is take this out if I'm going to put all the cards sleeved in here. But I probably won't store it that way because I have other storage solution. But I will still use this to store stuff in, and then you could just get some foam and fill in this spot, or empty deck boxes from sleeves and stuff to fill this in. But I'm just leaving this in, I think, for now. Because I don't need it, but it's just like air. It's just, you know, cardboard. But yeah, it does the job. I don't know. Obviously, with the larger campaigns that are like 8 scenarios, yeah, they're going to fill out the box more. But because this is just 3 scenarios, you know, it's just, it feels like a big waste of space, but it's what it is. But you can put your player cards in here too, right? So if you own a core set and you want to toss the core set box, the revised core set's nicer for storing cards, so you may not need this for that. But I know some players use this to store their, like, core set player cards until their expansion kind of expands and stuff. But yeah, it's just a little storage box, nothing crazy. But yeah, I don't know if it's worth the 25 US for it, but we'll find out gameplay wise if it does spice up the core set enough that you know you would buy it. But hello, Brian. Everything's going okay so far. But yeah, if anyone in the chat has recommendations, how they use this box, if they even use it to store it, what their thoughts were, did people get rid of this? Did they find what did they store in the rest of the spot? I'm curious. What do you guys do with your return to stuff? But yeah. But I like, again, for those that don't know, this is what I store my player cards in and the current scenario we're playing. This is an E-Raptor box, linked in the video description if you're curious. It's got Cthulhu art on its wood, like MDF wood. It's pretty heavy, pretty durable with adjustable clear dividers. But I just keep my player cards in here. You know, if we're playing a campaign, this is where all the cards would go. The ones we played, the one campaign's coming up. All my enemy encounter sets from the core set and whatever campaign we're playing are in here sleeved. Our weaknesses, all the player card stuff we need for playing. I keep this nearby as we're playing a live stream, just so we can tweak decks, grab cards. But since we're upgrading from all the cards, I'm going to keep this nearby. Not like last week when we were only upgrading from a small pool. Now we're upgrading from, like, the whole thing. And then I have another box like this, a smaller one that keeps all the other campaign cards while we're not playing them. That has different art on it. But yeah, these are just big wooden boxes. They have ones now that have, like, clear or plexi lids or something on them. I don't have those yet. I haven't looked at them, but yeah, there's definitely like an overpriced premium solution to hold the cards in. But I knew we'd be playing the crap out of this game for, like, at least a couple years. So I want to have something that's nice to carry it and not wear out. And since it's made out of, like, MDF wood or whatever, high density fiber wood, HDF, I guess. But it is heavy, but it's solid. Like, it's solid. I'm not worried about my cards, and they're stackable too, so you can stack them, like, on a Kalak shelf or whatever, which is nice. Definitely a premium way to store your cards. Much better than this cardboard option, but hey, it's definitely cheaper. But yeah, I don't like storing cards in binders. I see binders mentioned. Some people like storing things in binders, but I'm kind of lazy with cleanup and setup of a game. I've stored things in binders in the past, but then I find when you're constantly going and getting cards and building decks and tweaking decks, I just don't like the idea of, like, cleaning up and putting things in the slots, and putting more than one card in a slot sometimes can, like, wear the other cards out and gets a little messy. But I just like putting them in there quick and dirty. I grab just a stack of cards, sort through them quick, and then when I'm done, I just throw the cards in there nice and fast, sort them out later. I'll take I'll take like some time later and kind of sort the cards by type and stuff. I just haven't gone through it that much with that, but all right. With a return to box, you get this little kind of explanation on what the heck it is and what's going on, which we'll look at online in a sec. But yeah, we can do that right now, actually. Good point, Bob. Bob says maybe as a talking / discussion point, Discord peeps could upload pics of their Arkham Horror LCG card boxes / solutions. I've seen a couple of them. I saw what was it? I saw a few. But yeah, we do have an Arkham Horror, like there's an Arkham Horror channel for the current playthrough, but then there's an Arkham Horror the card game channel further down in our private Discord for producers who support the channel. But yeah, what Bob's saying, that'd be cool. Yeah, you just post that in there, Bob. Maybe some people see it. But yeah, in the bottom one, yeah, people can post. But I show you mine. That's pretty much what it is. Nothing crazy, but yeah, that's the idea. But good idea, good idea. Keith says, I like the boxes. I don't pay full price for them. I wait for a sale. I only put the treachery cards in there. I use binders for player cards and act and agenda cards. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because the monster cards, like, you got to grab those often, like, especially if you're going through a campaign. So it's good to just keep them in sets like that. You don't need to put those in binders. That makes sense. But I do understand the reason for binders, or the benefit of binders. Sitting back on the couch or the table or whatever, and just opening it and browsing through cards. And if you're like a deck builder from like scratch, I'm not really that kind of person. But if you love the deck building aspect and you're like a deck building artist, I would call it, and you want to be inspired, the best way is like literally spreading the cards out on the table is how I do it, because I don't use binders. But like, I'll literally lay cards on the table when I'm trying to build a deck, or all my options for a specific deck when I'm tweaking or building a deck for tournaments and stuff for other games. And I just want to see all the cards in front of me. And then I start like getting inspired by like seeing actual physical cards spread out, what goes together. But a binder suite, you know, you're like, I have an event slot to fill, right? I need like a 2-cost event for my cost curve to go in this deck. What 2-cost events do I have for this class? Just flip to the binder, start browsing through. It's really nice, right? But I find usually the websites and the apps for these games kind of fill that in for me. So I'll use the app to find the cards, browse through the cards, sort the cards by those cost types and stuff, which I just think makes the binder like obsolete and just more of a hassle. So this way I use the Arkham DB, for example, look up card types or whatever deck builder site you're using. I'd filter the cards by card type, by class, whatever, see all the options in front of me, find out what set it's from, see the art on the screen. Then I just go find the card in my box, pull it out, put it in the deck and play. That's how I like to do it. But I mean, to each their own, and everyone has their own process. But that's just how I do it. But yeah, sometimes sorting cards, organizing cards, storing your cards is a huge part of the enjoyment of this hobby. Like, let's be honest. Some people hate it. Some people love it. And if you love organizing cards, I've done since I was a kid, man, collecting baseball, hockey cards, stuff like that. I always just love the like quiet and the concentration and the chill, stress relief of just sitting there sorting cards. Sorting cards, you know, playing the game of librarian, just sorting things. But yeah, it's therapeutic, man, for sure. Some people definitely find it therapeutic. But I just love sitting there quietly, just sorting cards. It's fun. I don't know, not fun, but like it's definitely, I don't know. It's just nice. There's something about it. I don't know how to say it, but all right. Return to Night of the Zealot. Is an expansion for Arkham Horror, the card game that modifies and enhances the Night of the Zealot campaign for the core set. I've already said all this stuff. This expansion contains several new encounter sets, divider cards for organizing your collection, and new player cards that you can use to customize your investigator decks. How to use this expansion? In order to use the expansion, begin a Night of the Zealot campaign or standalone scenario as normal, using the setup instructions in the Night of the Zealot campaign guide. Again, why you need the core set to play with this. However, when setting up any scenario using this expansion, find the new scenario card titled Return to Scenario Name, which we'll look at shortly, but I have here, and follow its additional setup instructions as well. Each of these new scenario cards is included in one of the following encounter sets, which modify and enhance the original scenario. So now you'll see like a dark filled in symbol for cards you need to add to when you're playing Return to the Gathering. And there's Return to the Devourer below, Return to the Midnight Masks. And there's like, I guess a new set for those cultists that go in the, that you meet in the Midnight Masks. These encounter sets contain new challenges and new versions of old cards. When you're instructed to gather one of these encounter sets, follow the instructions on the new scenario cards. Some of these cards will replace old cards, while some will simply get set aside or shuffled into the encounter deck. This expansion also includes 2 brand new encounter sets, which are designed to replace these 2 that are in the core set. So whenever we're told to play with the ghouls or the dark cult, we instead swap them out completely, I believe, and play with the ghouls of Umardoth or the Devourer's cult instead, which is neat. Totally changed it up, right? So I'm curious to see how that's going to change the play. Ghouls of Umardoth replaces the ghouls encounter set, the Devourers. Yeah, we just saw that. Okay. When you're instructed to gather one of these encounter sets, it replaces the original set from the core set. Remove that encounter set from the game and use a new one as depicted. As an optional variant for added chaos and replayability, you may choose to shuffle the old encounter set and the new one together, then randomly select a number of those cards to create a new encounter set. Oh, that's clever. The total number of cards in the new encounter set should be the same as the number of cards in the original, because they don't want to throw off the ratio of like enemies to treachery cards or whatever. There you go. That's cool. And there's an expansion icon, so if you need to pull them all out after, get them out of your stuff and sort them. Some cards in the expansion are alternate versions of existing cards in the core set in order to prevent players from being able to tell which card is which. The front side of some of these cards bears the same copyright information. Oh, cool. Encounter set number and expansion icon is and the card collector number is its original version. The back side reflects the card's true set of information. That's smart. I didn't realize they're going to do that. That's cool. So you don't get fooled like, oh, this card's newer, so I obviously know it's the new one. That's smart. There's this achievement list. So we just talked about this yesterday for in our Euthia Torment of Resurrection unboxing. We found all these achievement sheets. And I love this stuff in games. As we know from playing Madara had achievements in some of the scenarios. I love that stuff. Feels very video gamey, right? The following is a list of achievements for Night of the Zealot campaign you may strive towards as you play. I'm not going to track these at all, but it's cool that they're in the box. Just an additional, adding replayability, you know, especially if you're solo and you need something to kind of drive you to keep replaying to kind of beat your score. Well, now you have achievements. So as you complete each of the achievements, you just check them off and try to complete all of them for the ultimate challenge. And then come back to me in a year once you're done it. The Zealot's Revenge. Have Lita Chandler's ability deal the killing blow to the Ghoul Priest. You know, stuff like that. I don't trust her. When given the option to add Lita Chandler to your deck, refuse to do so. There's just funny stuff in here. This is just like, look at them all. So I don't know if all the Return to boxes do this. Does anyone know if all the Return to boxes add these achievement sheets? I didn't notice. I didn't read any of the rules. But yeah, that's it. That's all it's doing. They all do? Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I like that little addition. That's fun. Takes some work to put that together for sure. Let's see here. Aaron says, pro tip, want to add extra chaos? Just add cats. My cat almost ruined one of my games when I got up to get a drink. I'm allergic to cats, so we don't have to worry about that happening on stream. But yes, my parents own tons of cats. I've seen these cats just they go where they want and do whatever they want. So they will definitely mess up your board games. That is a thing. Lots of pictures and videos I see posted online in board game groups of that happening, which is funny, especially when they just want your attention and you're like, focus on something else. They're like, no, don't focus on that. Focus on me. Hey, Brian. Let's see here. Yogi finished putting Fab into 3 binders. Feels like they designed that game for binders. Everything nicely divides into 9-card binder pages. Maybe they did. Or maybe that's just how they print them off the sheets, the cutters or whatever, the sheets at the printer. Okay. So let's set up our scenario. I think I got all the cards together for it, but we're going to go through it. I do have Arkham Cards, the app on Android, ready to go, but it exists on iOS. For those who don't know what it is, just look up Arkham Cards in your app store of choice. except for if you're using the Windows App Store. Anyways, okay. So we're gonna start a new campaign. We're gonna use it right from the start this time, so I don't forget. So we're doing a, how do I do this? Edit, return to Night of the Zealot. We'll just leave the default name here. We're gonna do a guided campaign. Use the app for scenario and setup resolutions. Sure. We're gonna add an investigator. This is pulling my decks automatically from Arkham DB, which we'll look through the deck in just a second. Actually, right now is probably a good time to do it. But this is from Yogi in the chat. Thank you again, Yogi. It's called, he named it Roland's Pesky Rat Problem. So yeah, so this has been updated. I just imported it into my thing, and then we got it. So we're also gonna grab a weakness. Might as well do that, right? So I think I have all the weaknesses except for Return to the Forgotten Age. I do not own that box yet. I think I have all this stuff. Edge of the Earth. Nope, don't own that yet. Still waiting for my pre-order to come. Let's see here. I think we're all good with all that stuff. But if we can't find one for some weird reason, we'll just maybe draw another one. I don't know how. Is it going to put one automatically in the set? Let's see. Let's see. We're going to hit create a campaign. Return to. Beautiful. Click it. How do we do this? Trauma? No. There's got to be a way to get our weakness from here. Unless I need to do it on the website first. Campaign log, chaos bag, achievements. I'm going to click start. But what is this? Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I'll read that in a sec. Let's do it on the website. Let's do it on the website. Arkham Horror has tons of cats. Oh, man. Okay, so here's the deck. Let's talk about the deck. The deck has 2 flashlights. Helps us with investigating. We know this, right? Machete. Supposedly a broken weapon that needs to be ratted, tabooed, restricted, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so this one we get some extra +1 fight. We had it in our deck last time, but we only had 1 copy, I think, in the starter deck we were playing last week. But now we got a real deck. See all these 2 times on the left side and the left side of all the card names? That's when you feel good. But when there's too many 1X's of cards, like in the starter deck we were playing last week, there's no consistency. You can't rely on anything. But there was some 2 times cards in the last one. But now we got 2-time flashlight, 2-time machete. We're playing the regular Roland still, not the one from the novella, the alternate Roland or whatever. So this one's using the 38 special, which is a weapon. You spend ammo off it, you get 4 ammo, you get +1 to your fight test. But if there's a clue at your location, you get +3 for your fight test, which kind of works with his ability to try to get clues off locations and that kind of stuff. And it deals an extra damage. Then we have the 45 Thompson. All right, we're running with a Tommy gun here, but only a one of. But we're using new weapons, and it was fun going through the. I opened so many cards when we started playing with the full card pool, and I was seeing all these weapons. I was throwing these cards in my box, and I saw this 45 Thompson, and then you'll see the bar rifle mentioned later. And there was there's a couple others, Winchester and stuff. Seeing all these guns was like really cool. I kind of want to play with all of them and try to build decks. There's like a flamethrower I saw. All these silly weapons kind of make me want to build decks around weapon themes. I think it's funny that they make so many. I don't know if they're any good, but it just was cool seeing the art. Just being a Call of Duty player, was like seeing a lot of these guns from different Call of Duty games I played. But anyways, so the Tommy gun here. It's got 5 ammo. Spend 1 ammo. Fight. You get +2 fight. You deal +1 damage. So it's what did what was the other one we played with? I forget the name of it. What's that gun in the core set that you play with? Is that a +2 fight? I forget. I don't have it readily available. There was another one. What's the gun we had in our deck last week? And I already forget the name. Was it like a 1911? What was that gun? The pistol. Yeah, so 35 Winchester. Yeah, there's swords and blades and stuff too. Survival knives. Sorry guys, one sec. Blackjack. 45 automatic, which looks like a 1911 or whatever. Yeah, it's a 1911, right? That's what this is. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah, this gun gets you only +1. But see, it's only 4 costs, right? And 4 ammo gets you, this is the standard weapon that we see a lot when I'm playing like Roland, Corset stuff. Oh, there's a Colt, a revolver. All the fun stuff you have to look forward to as you build up your collection. You'll, you know, if you want to play with Roland with different weapons, I guess. I don't know if they're any good for Roland, but it was just cool seeing them. I didn't read them all or anything, but just seeing the art and all the variability. Yeah, 1911, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay. I think that's cool. So I'm a little excited to play with a new weapon, but it's only a one of, so we're not going to see it in any of our playthroughs, just FYI. But you can get 2+2 fight, which is nice, off of 1 ammo. And it gets 5 ammo, but it costs 6 to play. So, yeah. But we have, to help us with that, we have, where is it? Do we have? Emergency cash. Yes, we do. Emergency cash. Gain 3 resources. We know this. All right, we have a hollowed mirror, which is one of these weird cards for me sorting my collection. Hurts my head because some of these cards come with different card types. So this hollowed mirror doesn't do anything on its own. You pay 2 for it, it seems. But it takes up the accessory slot. And then you grab these cool cards, which are soothing melodies. You take one, you put it in your hand, which I think is a healing card. Then you shuffle the other 2 in your deck. But if you ever lose your asset of the hollowed mirror from play, you have to get all these cards out of the game. So they're only there in your deck while you have this asset in play, which is kind of neat. It's a neat design idea for sure. Just a way to kind of work other cards in, and like, that's weird. So you gotta have like a sideboard when you play. They're bonded or whatever, right? But yeah, they're bonded, is what the mechanic is, to like have a sideboard of cards that you pull in depending on what you draw. So I don't know what expansion before the Black Throne, I don't know what campaign that was that started introducing bonded cards. But it's weird when you're trying to sort your collection. Some of these you put in your deck, when you draw them, you have to grab like weaknesses and weird things and put them in your deck to balance them out. It's cool. Definitely a cool idea, but just weird when you're like sorting your set and trying to find the bonded cards in your collection. The Bandolier. So this is a one of, we have for a body slot. So it's an asset. It's cost 2. And it basically gives you 1 additional hand slot, which can only be used to hold a weapon asset. So this allows me to have, I guess, the machete and like the Thompson together, or a flashlight. What could I do? I could do a flashlight. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's just to have the machete. Or does it work that if I use that, the Thompson's a weapon technically, right? So could I have the flashlight with the Thompson? Because it's giving me an extra hand slot. And I don't know. You're allowed to do that? Oh, flashlight but Thompson, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Flashlight but plus Thompson. Works? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, as long as one of them's a weapon, right? As long as one of them's a weapon, I think. Then we have Gret Wagner. It was Circle and Done, Keith, that introduced bonded cards. That's cool. I think you're right. I think you're right, because I think I didn't see them till we played our last campaign, and it was the Circle and Done we played. I'm pretty sure that's when I started seeing them. But we got Gret Wagner, who is from Nathaniel Cho's starter deck, so I'm all about it. And having her instead of Beat Cop, we'll talk about Yogi's write-up in a second, explain what's going on here. But this one is after you get +1 fight all the time. I'm down. And then it has like a reaction on after you defeat an enemy, you can exhaust her and deal 1 damage to her to discover a clue at your location. And Yogi explains as like she can help with Roland's weakness, the cover-up of trying to get rid of clues faster. And it helps well round him out to help with just gathering clues in general. And it also kind of answers this whole Mr. Rook thing here. So Mr. Rook, never seen this card before until I put it in the deck for this playthrough. Cost 3. He's got 2 health, 2 sanity. He has 3 secrets. You get 3 secrets on him that you can use. You exhaust him. You spend 1 secret to search the top 3. 6, or 9 cards, your choice, for any card and draw it. If at least one weakness is among the search cards, draw one of those weaknesses you see as well and shuffle your deck. So the theory is here, I'm going to see my weakness a lot. If I'm using this to dig for a weapon, I'm assuming this is what Yogi put this in here. So if I'm going to see my weakness more often because I'm digging in my deck and I'm forced to draw it, Gret Wagner helps with getting rid of clues, speeds up the clue clearing or whatever, clue gathering, which can help me offset the weakness. But it's cool to see different cards. Like every time I've played with Roland before, anytime I see a Roland deck, you got Beat Cop, Beat Cop, Beat Cop. But it's cool to play with Gret Wagner. I liked her when we played the Nathaniel Cho in one of our playthroughs before using them in this standalone scenario or whatever. It was fun. She's really cool. Crack the case for an event. We have a Seeker event here. Fast. Play after an investigator discovers the last remaining clue at your location. An investigator at location gains a total of X resources distributed as you wish. X is the location's total location shroud value or whatever. So Roland, picture being at a 4 shroud location. We saw I had ways of getting clues off it with that starter deck. Imagine now we should have better ways of getting clues off, but at least with this ability, we should be able to grab some clues off high shroud locations. Once we clear that off, if we have this card in hand, it'll power us up, give us more money to play some of our other cards, expensive ones, like the next one we'll talk about, or playing, you know, the Thompson if we're having trouble getting money for it. And we haven't seen emergency caches. Just another clever way that kind of works with the theme of the deck of gathering clues, clearing off locations, but then getting money to fuel the Guardian's like expensive, hungry deck. Resource hungry deck. So we have Dynamite Blast, one of. It'll be fun if we see it at the right time, of course. We have a new subscriber. It's a Jayamamoth. I'm not saying that right. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But you can, in Dynamite Blast, it'll help us when we get a whole bunch of enemies overwhelming us. Even we can deal damage at a location that's adjacent to us. I believe, yeah, connecting location. And deal 3 damage to all the enemies. But it costs 5 to play, obviously. So hopefully you have a Crack the Case or an emergency cache that kind of builds up our resources. And hopefully we don't get the weakness that just clears our resources away when we draw a random basic weakness. Because that would suck. Maybe I'll do a redraw on the weakness if we see that one. Okay. Now we have emergency caches. You guys know this one. Just get 3 resources. It's 0 cost. Logical Reasoning, another Seeker card. Costs 2. Has 2 willpower icons on it. Nice. Play if you have at least 1 clue. I don't have a clue. I'm clueless, as they say. Choose an investigator at your location. That investigator either heals 2 horror, which is good for Roland, has low horror, or discards a terror traded card from his or her threat area. So if the problem again with playing solo is all the encounter cards are just hitting you. You have no choice. They're going to punish you. And because you're just one investigator and no one else to help you at the table, get rid of those cards as they can in a 2-player, 3-player, 4-player game. This will help an investigator who's having trouble. Unless the one comes out that says you can't play event or asset cards on your turn, then you're kind of sad. But at least this heals horror, which helps Roland, who has a very low horror value of 5 by default. And I'll probably take some trauma and have even less. And I may not draw into my allies, which seems to be a theme I have of never seeing my allies when I need them in this game. Especially when I put Charisma in my deck. When I put Charisma in my deck, I'm putting it on the table. My deck all of a sudden says, you get Charisma, I'm not going to give you allies. Suck it. That's what it does to me. So On the Hunt, Guardian. This one is an event, costs 1. Has 2 skill icons, love it. With Intellect and Fight. Fast. So fast doesn't cost an action. Play when you would draw an encounter card during the Mythos phase. Instead, search the top 9 cards in the encounter deck for an enemy. Spawn it engaged with you instead of its normal spawn location. So it overrides where it's going to spawn. And shuffle the encounter deck. If you cannot, you draw the top card of the encounter deck. So if you don't find an enemy, you unfortunately, you have to draw the top card and it sucks. But this helps you get enemies for those times when you're playing solo, and we already talked about it. That was one of the problems. Sometimes I need enemies. I have a high shroud location. I have to get clues. I don't have cards to get clues. I have Roland's ability. I have a gun. I'm ready to fight. Where are the enemies? I'm only drawing 1 card a turn and I'm not seeing enemies. Sometimes that happens. This card answers that. Especially in solo, it's a way to go dig, find an enemy, punch it in the face, get a clue, good times. And hopefully in the 9 cards, I'll see multiple enemies, including some weak and easy ones that I can deal with, or one that's like perfectly, has a health stat that matches up to the amount of damage I can deal to help save me actions and do things more efficiently. That's my theory. It's situational. Hopefully it works out. But it still has 2 skill icons, which I think is great. When you have a card that's like situational, but still has 2 very valuable skill icons, like I'm okay holding it in my hand for the right time and then using it when I need to. Shortcut, love this card. I know Mel's played with this on our previous playthroughs. Secret card, 0 cost, has 2 skill icons, love it. Willpower especially. Fast, play only during your turn. Choose an investigator at your location. Move that investigator to a connecting location. Now there was stuff with this that I know we were discussing before when this card was played. Does this do any kind of trickery to get a solo player out of trouble? Like, does this move avoid attacks of opportunity? I don't think so, right? I don't think it does. It's just a way to get a move for no action points spent, I believe. But technically you're playing a card, which that card technically costs you an action point to get. So I'd argue that it's like still a cheaper move, but it's not really. Toke, I've never played Return to Night of the Zealot. It's the first time playing it. So I'm new to it. But last week we played the Night of the Zealot again. I haven't played it in like a year, but we played it last week with the core set card pool only from the revised core set just to try it out. So today, a week later, I'm trying out the Return to just to see how it changes the scenarios up, just to try the product out to see, you know, what it does. So I never played it before, no. But I'm comparing this deck to like the deck we played last week because that's what's in recent memory. Okay, no, it doesn't do anything cool like that. Jen's saying because it's fast, it's not an action, so no attack of opportunity. I thought there was something clever to it. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this will help me out in solo when I'm trapped by an enemy and I need to get past it to progress the scenario, right? I just want to make sure I'm playing it right. But I remember this card like did really cool stuff. I don't think I've played with it personally, but I remember Mel playing with it on a playthrough with us before. So yeah, okay, perfect. I just knew there was something clever about it. So Guts, we know Guts, awesome card, one of the best cards in the card pool in my opinion. 2 willpower icons, especially when you have a low horror limit. It'll help you get out of some of those encounter cards that just punish like Roland with his low sanity or whatever of 5. Keep you from going insane, win some tests, draw some cards maybe, nice. Inquiring Mind. This has, okay, this one has 3 wild success icons, or skill icons, which is amazing. But you can only commit it to a skill test if there's a clue at your location. But that's great. If I'm doing an investigate action and I don't have the best intellect and there's no enemy around, this might help me get the clue off the location I need. Or help me evade enemies, or help me fight if there's still a clue there to help me use Roland's ability to get the clue off of it. Stuff like that. Unexpected Courage, amazing. Just doesn't have that words draw a card on it, so that's why Guts is better in my opinion, because draw wins games in most card games, right? Most card games. And this one with the weaknesses, who knows, but Vicious Blow. We have a skill test icon, fight. If this skill test is successful during attack, that attack deals +1 damage. Love it. This would be great for the bigger monsters or the weird 3 health ones or 5 health ones that have the weird numbers. So I don't have to waste extra actions to do like 1 damage. Then we have Cover Up. We know our weakness from last time. You put clues on it, and when I start discovering clues, instead of getting those clues off locations, I have to clear clues off our weakness. And then we're going to get a random basic weakness, which, how do I do this again? Edit. Oh, I gotta log in again. So I need to there's a way to do this right here, right? This one. What'd I get? What'd I get? Where did it do? Dark Pact? Oh no. What is Dark Pact? If it's like it's, or what's it if it's like Arkham Horror 3rd edition, I don't want a Dark Pact. Campaign mode only. Okay, I can play with it, right? Oh, this is the bad one that Mel had, right? Dark Pact. Deal 2 damage to investigate your location. Forced. When the game ends or you are eliminated, if Dark Pact is still in your hand, remove it from your deck. Search the collection for the price of failure and add it to your deck. Is this the line that Mel played with before? Oh, this one's worse? Oh man, the Forgotten Age. Oh geez. Okay. I mean, let's play with it, right? Let's have fun. Is there any reason I shouldn't play with it in the Return to Night of Zealot 3 scenario campaign? Does it make it like not as dangerous or not as fun? Is it very bad or very good? I don't know. Yeah, see, Gen Chaos is saying since it's 3 scenarios, it shouldn't be that bad. But then that might make it not as fun. You know, if it doesn't have the chance to really advance that far. Go for it. It's okay to go for it. It's not going to be stupid to have it in a 3 scenario campaign. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. I just didn't want to take something that's like built. It's a card designed for like an 8 scenario campaign. Gen Chaos is saying I would redraw. Well, I will let you guys decide. I'm just going to take a quick watch and break. But what I'll do is put a poll in the chat. And I'll let you guys decide. Weakness. We might not even draw into it, right? It'll whiff? Okay. Weakness. Keep or redraw. So I'll let you guys vote if you're watching. So again, the weakness is Dark Pact. Actually, here, let's do it like this, if I can find it. Where did they go? Right here. Maybe I can find it here. Oh, right here. So Dark Pact. Basic weakness, campaign mode only, so we can't play with it because we're not playing a standalone scenario. Deal 2 damage to investigate your location. So I'm assuming as soon as you draw it, that happens. Oh no, you gotta play it. You gotta play it. It's an event for 2 costs. So I draw into this. I play it. I deal 2 damage to my investigator. I do have 9 health, so I feel like it's not that bad. But then I'm forced when the game ends, or you're eliminated, if it's still in my hand. But I'll get rid of it, right? I just have to pay for it. But if it's still in my hand, I remove it from my deck, search the collection for the price of failure, and add it to my deck. I don't know what the next ones do. I'm assuming eventually it'll lead me to death. But yeah. But again, we're only playing a 3 scenario campaign, so this probably we won't get to see this go any further. And that's not fun, right? So I'll leave it for you guys to vote in the chat whether I redraw and we replace it. I'm okay if we drew this on an 8-run campaign because I think it's hilarious. I love stuff like this. It's like adds that extra pressure. But in a 3 scenario campaign, it's like, you know, it's only 2 chances for it to come up and, you know, not a big deal. Maybe something would be more interesting. But I did just put the full card pool of weaknesses. So I'm just going to the washroom quick. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. And then we'll close the poll and we'll decide whether we redraw, which will take 2 seconds. And then we'll continue on. And we're back. All right, let's see. And end the poll. And we'll go with whatever the results are from you guys voting. And we'll roll with it. 53% want me to keep it. 46% said redraw. Thank you everyone that voted. Much appreciated. So we'll just roll with it. We'll keep it then. That's fine. No issues. Hopefully we just never draw it anyway. And even if we do, I think we're okay, but it's fine. I mean, I'd rather draw a player card, no matter what the card says, but we'll just roll with that. So let's throw the Dark Pact in our deck. And what else we need to do? Is there anything else? I think we went over all this stuff. I just need to save this one. The only problem is with this, I don't know how often this syncs up to the Arkham DB, but hopefully I'm not going to break it by modifying the deck on the website. Then when I go to modify it on the app, it like messes up or something. But we'll see. We'll find out, won't we? Okay. So Friday, September 18th, 1925, Arkham, Massachusetts. It's the end of a long and abnormally hot summer. The first hints of autumn beckon, but a heavy heat persists, relentless. A silent, unspoken anger grips the town. Tempers are short, and in the last week alone, there have been numerous reports of townspeople coming to heated, violent blows with one another over simple misunderstandings. And now, a call for James Hankerson. He claims to have found a dismembered body in his barn. Blaming the weather would be too easy. There is something wrong with this town, and not a whole lot this old soothsayer can do to stop the slide. My auguries indicate a small group of investigators will soon take note of these strange happenings and set forth to make things right. I'll be watching their progress, but I won't be holding my breath. Oh no! All right, let's see what happens next. Continue. Choose difficulty. Oh yeah, I set up the bag for standard. I'm assuming with this deck, Yogi, we're playing on standard. I'll let you make the call. I mean, I have you guys helping me out here, playing along. And it's only 3 scenarios. So like, if we get our butt kicked, I'm totally okay. I'm totally okay. We don't have to rock this. Whatever's more interesting for you to watch, that's what we'll do. But I assume, Yogi, you built this deck like we should be attempting. I just don't know the return 2. How much does the return 2 set add to the difficulty? Is it really meant to be like super hardcore? Okay, we'll just do standard. Okay, perfect. Which I assume this is what it's at. Yeah. Standard, I want a challenge. Perfect. Okay. So I did set up the bag for this already. Let's just double check because, you know, I can be an idiot, and I was doing this last night when I was maybe a little tired, but we'll just double check it. It's +1, 2 zeros, 3 -1s. Okay, 2 -2s, and a -3, -4. Then we have 2 skulls. We have 1 cultist, 1 tablet, and the, you know, the super fun, duper, amazing, awesome token. And this blue one. The good old elder sign. Go with standard. Perfect, perfect. Okay. I know we should have probably done easy right from the start last time with the standard, with the pre-built deck. Which we changed to like midway, but yeah, definitely the standard or the starter deck was definitely not made to like, you know, play at a harder difficulty at all. And I can confirm this bag does glow in the dark. Last night I held it up to a light. It doesn't really glow in the dark until you like hold it right up to a light for like a couple minutes. But yeah, then we kicked out the light and my daughter showed me, yeah, it was very glow in the dark. Again, super helpful when you're playing this game in the pitch black. Just FYI. But yeah, it does glow in the dark for sure. I saw it. It doesn't, like, unless you put it, yeah, I don't see it yet. You have to actually like hold it up to like a light, like a couple inches away for a few minutes to have it glow in the dark for a little bit. It's not the best glow in the dark, that's for sure. So don't buy it for just a glow in the dark bag. All right. And that's from the revised core set for anyone who's curious what the heck that is, who didn't watch last week. Proceed to scenario 1, return to the gathering. That's the other thing. Okay, FYI, I don't play with the taboo list. Probably, I don't know if I'll ever play with the taboo lists. Again, I'm playing catch up with this game. I haven't been playing it for 5 years like some people and getting all the broken cards, and I don't exactly like follow all the meta and stuff online. So yes, I'm gonna play with some cards that are not tabooed because I'm playing with no taboo list. So if that's not interesting for you and you want to watch taboo list content, there's probably other channels that play with the taboo list. But I don't at this point. Again, I play this game more casually. I don't treat this as my like main lifestyle game, as it's kind of meant to be played. I'm playing this more as like a, you know, I come to it casually, playing it in between other board games and doing other things. So I don't follow all the podcasts and the, and sit in the Facebook groups and the Discords and, come up with theories and break things and replay the same campaigns 16 times yet. So yeah, and I'm just playing on a live stream. So we're just having fun with it. So if it is a little OP, some of the cards in here, I'm sorry. But yeah, so we're playing with a broken Mr. Rook, supposedly, with no taboo list. So I guess he got nerfed. And we're definitely playing with Machete, which I know is a taboo card. We're playing with that not nerfed. So yeah. But we're playing solo, so I feel like there's a little bit of balance there, but maybe not. Okay. So we're going to start this out. But yeah, just for those, I saw some questions earlier I forgot to answer. We are playing with no taboo list. So hopefully that clears it up for people. Choose investigators. I think Roland will be the lead investigator. I think that's what I'll choose. We'll continue. You and your partners have been investigating strange events taking place in your home city of Arkham, Massachusetts. Over the past few weeks, several townspeople have mysteriously gone missing. Recently, their corpses turned up in the woods, savage and half-eaten. The police and newspapers have stated that the wild animals are responsible, but you believe there is something else going on. You are gathered together at the lead investigator's home to discuss the bizarre events. Setup. So this is where we're going to follow regular setup, and then we're going to see what changed from the return to setup. So this is kind of important. So, the app did it. I did this without the app. And try to follow the instructions and then follow the instructions on this card. So here's what comes with the return to set for the campaigns for each scenario. So you get a return to, and it kind of gives you instructions on it. You still need the base one, so it doesn't like replace it or anything. So it's just like a little instruction sheet. You start with the setup. So it says performance setup is indicated on the Night of the Zealot campaign guide with the following exceptions. So it's basically telling you grab these cards, throw them in, and replace this encounter set with this encounter set. Then you had to remove Act 1A, which I've already done from the game, and replace it with the new Act 1A, Mysterious Gateway. And then on the back, there's remove the original study from the game, replace it with the new study, Aberrant Gateway. Put the new study into play. Each investigator begins play at the study. Put the new guest hall, bedroom, and bathroom locations into play. So we're going to do this now, but it's definitely different. So we have our gathering. We're playing on standard. So -X is the number of ghoul enemies at your location for the skull. -1 on the cultist if you fail to take a horror. And the tablets -2 if there's a ghoul enemy at your location you take a damage. And we'll throw our act deck, which I have Act 1, 2, and 3. And agenda 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I'll read those in a sec. We'll draw our cards too in a sec. Probably should do that first. So we have a new study. So as you see, the icon is from the Return to set. So we have the study Aberrant Gateway. You've been investigating the strange events occurring in Arkham for several months now. Your desk is covered in newspaper articles, police reports, and witness accounts. So it's like a whole new starting spot, and we're going to start there. And then what do we want? The guest hall, bedroom, and bathroom. Okay, we'll put those into play. We'll do the rest in a sec. Let's draw our starting stuff, actually. I think. Didn't tell us to do that yet. But this setup, actually, in this app covers everything. So it's telling you, like, grab the regular gathering and then the return to gathering, and then it shows you to replace this. So I think I have all that. Whoops. I think I have all that here. There's locations. We got Lita. We got the Ghoul Priest. So I have, like, these cards are in here now. They're from the gathering counter set. They're just thrown in. We got some new enemy. Yeah, we got this now. Like, these are in here. And these are existing ones. So this is now your encounter set for the, so we have more cards in here from Night of the Zealot, or Return to Night of the Zealot now. So before it was only these two. I think it was only these two that get shuffled in the encounter deck. But now you have like all of these. And then we still use the rats, they're here. We still use Ancient Evils, they're here. Okay, the Crypt Chill, Obscuring Fog little set is still there. Frozen in Fear, Dissonant Voices, Horrible set is here. But I don't have the other one. I already replaced the Ghoul set with this. So we have this new encounter set. You can see by the symbols here. That's here. And that's my encounter set. So let's continue through the setup. When gathering cards, make the following changes. We remove the trapped already, put in Act 1. Act 1, see, has the black symbol on it, Mysterious Gateway, so this is different. We'll read it in a sec. Remove the original study. We've done that. Remove the hallway. Put the guest bedroom and stuff into play. Okay, so right now we'll just stop. We're going to do our card draw just so we don't see anything further. This is the Arkham Cards app in the Android and iOS App Store. Just search Arkham Cards. And we're just using it on Android, but I'm assuming it looks probably the exact same on iOS. But yeah, we're using it today to run our campaign instead of using paper and also, I guess, reading setup instructions. And we're just trying it out again. We used it in the last run we did last week for the Night of the Zealot. It's pretty cool. I just didn't use it at the very beginning of the campaign right off the start. I forgot about it, but... Bob says, standard chaos bag gives you a straight up 56% chance of +2 tests succeeding. Okay. Just a rough idea of how bad the chaos bag is going to beat you up. Ah, okay, okay. Which is why I usually go for +3s most of the time. Even though it's probably not the best way to play, but on most tests where I'm like, this has to work, I need at least a +3 or else I don't feel good. When we're playing standard. Jan says, yes, it's the same on iOS. Perfect. Okay. So, let's draw our starting hand, I guess. See what we get. So we got the Dark Pact already. We're going to set that aside, draw a 5th card to replace it. So we see double Gret Wagner, emergency cash, logical reasoning, which is the healing horror or discarding a terror card, and dynamite blast, which I don't feel like I want right now. I don't feel like I want any of this right now, except for maybe Gret Wagner, but I kind of need a weapon, I think. That's the way I always play with Roland. I need a way for fights to happen so I can get clues. Ditch it all. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to ditch all this. Shuffle it up a little bit here. Mix up. All right. So we got Mr. Rook, Unexpected Courage, Machete. Ooh. Shortcut. And what's this one? Crack the code. Oh, way to get resources after we get the last clue off our location. Okay. So we got Mr. Rook. We have an ally, which is nice, but also one that helps us search. So that's good. Okay. So I'll take all these gross cards that we didn't want and put them back in the deck. Woohoo, Mr. Rook. Woo, Mr. Rook, we win, says Yogi. Okay, good. We win. Auto win. Do I just say we finish this one and go on to campaign scenario 2? Is that how we want to play? As long as I can mulligan Mr. Rook, we just move on? Full mulligan. Yeah, okay. Everyone's on the same page. Always like full mulligan. I was thinking that. Right away. The Gret Wagner one I was thinking, but she's so expensive. And then I'm just hoping we draw into a weapon. But she does give +1 fight, but then no way of doing extra damage. But she's a nice ally for Soak too, right? But I like having an ally early in the game. It just makes you feel a little more comfortable with my 5 sanity. Okay. Phew. Nice. All right. We'll throw this off to the side for now. Okay, let's get back to the setup. So we got the study into play. We're at the study. We're supposed to put the guest hall. I don't know the best way to lay these out, but we can use little arrow tokens. Bathroom, bedroom, guest hall. Because before it was just the study, I think. You didn't have anything else. So this just connects to all of them. Are they all on the same floor? Probably, right? Let's just put them all on the same floor. I don't know. The study, the bathroom, the bedroom, and the guest hall. Oh, hold on. No. Sorry. You can go from the study to the guest hall. And then from the guest hall, you can go to either of these. I don't know. We'll put it like this. And then we'll do like this. I don't know. There's no recommended layout, so I'm just, I'll just go like this for now. We'll adjust if we need. Like this connects back, this connects here, This connects here, this connects back, this connects here, this connects back, and then there's going to be some red square location eventually. Okay, so what's next? We removed the hallway location from the game. I feel like I already removed that when I was setting this up yesterday, just getting all the cards together. And then put guest hallway, bedroom, bathroom, and the new study into play. Each investigator begins play at the study. Oh, app has a location placement? Oh, right here. Wasn't even looking. Okay, perfect. Oh, wow. Man, this app just keeps getting better and better. All right, guest hall, study. Okay, perfect. Let's do it like this. I guess I had the same idea, but like this. Oh, we got there. All right. So cool. So cool. Choose one of the two attic locations, one of the two cellar locations at random, and set them aside out of play. Remove the other versions from the game. Okay. 2 attic, 2 cellar, which I feel like the cellar and the attic, they added one of each in here. Because before, I don't think you did a random one. And this one's in play. This one I'll put out of the game somewhere over here. I don't know. Okay. And then where's the other one? Cellar. Hopefully we see the new ones, or at least one of the new ones. But maybe we don't. And this adds a little more replayability to the first scenario, which is good. Okay, so these I'll just set aside. They're just chilling up here for now. And then set each other location aside out of play. So we have more locations. I'm going to set those aside with that. And then set the Ghoul Priest and Leader Chandler cards aside out of play. Okay, these are same ones. I'm pretty sure they weren't replaced. Again, I did it yesterday or the day before for this set. And then it says shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards from previously gathered encounter sets to form the encounter deck. And all that is on here also. Perfect. All right, so let's do some good shuffling of this encounter deck, because I think it was all completely sorted. We'll just break it up a little bit, and then we'll shuffle it all up. Thanks for that, Billy. I was staring at it. It says right on the screen location placement, and I'm like sitting there like, I wonder what to do. But it's right there. It's super obvious. It's cool that they did it even when there's no location placement in the book and stuff. I like that. They like thought it through, which is cool. Okay, let's do one more. Cool. Get in there. And it says, start playing the scenario now. All right. If you say so. If you say so. Okay. And then we'll worry about all the rest at the end, right? When the scenario ends. So, boom. All right. Turn 1. We have 5 resources. And we could gain a resource and play both of these. I think would be not a bad start, no? Oh yeah, we got to reveal our stuff and read our things. Hold on. This is the same as before. I believe, yeah. It's late at night. You're holed up in your study researching the bloody disappearances that have been taking place in the region. A few hours into your research, you hear the sound of strange chanting coming from the parlor down the hall. At the same time, you hear dirt churning as if something were digging beneath the floor. So 3 doom is the threshold on that agenda before advancing. Then we have the mysterious gateway as you leap. 2 investigates. This is a new one. The door to your study vanishes before your eyes, leaving behind a strange gateway to another part of your house. There must be a reason why this is happening. Objective. Only investigators in the guest hall may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. We need 3 clues per investigator, which we're playing solo, so it's only 3. Hopefully it's not hard to get those, but again, this is not the tutorial scenario anymore that we played last week. This is supposed to be like bringing it up to speed, so it's like a real scenario. So that's a new act card, and we have new locations. So we have to be at the guest hall right here, and spend those 3 clues to be able to advance. And our location, the study. Let's see what's new about it, because it's a new one. Aberrant Gateway. It's a 3 shroud, 1 clue per investigator, double action, 2 actions. To draw 3 cards, only the lead investigator can activate this ability. Forced. When an enemy attempts to spawn at a location that is not in play, oh, put that location into play and spawn that enemy there. That was something that came up in the tutorial scenario, which I remember Mel and I had when we were learning the game. It happened on a stream before. Happened last week, where we draw the guy that's like spawn him at the attic. And it's like, that's not a very new player-friendly interaction to have on your very first tutorial scenario. So it's like they fixed that here. Too bad that wasn't in the base already, to just help you deal with it. Because instead you have to like look up in the rules reference like how to deal with that, and it's kind of lame. The door to your study has vanished, leaving in its wake a gateway to another part of your house. Okay, that's cool. All right, that's cool. So that the guy, if he comes out to spawn in the attic or whatever, will actually grab the attic, put it in play. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. I like that. All right, so let's get a clue on this location. And the drawing 3 cards for 2 actions, I mean, that's not a bad way to start if you're having a crappy start to the game. But yeah. So we had our first clue staring at us here. Man. I feel like I should at least get a weapon in play. But I like getting both these in play. Just having an ally. So yeah, let's do that. Let's just, I kind of want to draw the 3 cards. It seems like good, but, I could do that and just play the machete. Maybe I'll do that and play the machete, but we can draw and see what we get first. The only problem is it might draw us into a weakness, and it would be very early in the play to have that. I don't really know what else we're kind of digging for. That's what I forgot to do. Read the deck description. Let's do that quickly. So if you stick around to the end of the episode, what we're going to do is work together. We'll do the deck upgrades, but we're going to work from a limited amount of cards that are recommended here in Yogi's deck write-up. You took the time to do this. So let's read how the deck's supposed to play. This is a revised all card pool roll-in solo deck, reduced to a level 0 XP version, with the goal of fitting in the M1918 bar, which is 8 ammo, costs 5. It's an XP 4 card, so hopefully we get 4 XP after this, I guess. To then spend 1 to 5 ammo to fight. You get plus X fight for the attack. Instead of the standard damage, the attack deals X damage. X is the amount of ammo you spend. So we can spend up to 5 ammo on a single shot to do 5 damage and get 5 plus 5 fight. It's a little weird, but it's cool. But that's what we're trying to work towards. And we're trying to have enough built-in resource generation to fund Keen Eye, which we could upgrade to this for 3 XP. It's a permanent, so it starts in play. You spend 2 resources to get plus 1 intellect or plus 1 fight till the end of the phase. And Dynamite Blast is expensive, so to fund that. And the MK1 grenades, which cost 4 XP. I don't know how we're going to afford all this stuff, but we'll see. Maybe there's more XP in this scenario. I don't know. Uses 3 supplies. If MK1 grenades has no supplies, discard it. Spend 1 supply, fight. You get plus 2 fight for this attack. If this attack is successful, instead of its standard damage, this attack deals 2 damage to each enemy in each other investigator location. Oh, that's cool. Mr. Rook replaces the prepared for worse to find a weapon. Oh, okay. So you can also find any card. So whatever your problem is, you can solve it. The one of Bandolier is also sometimes later target for Mr. Rook. If you've already found everything else, you want to have flashlight in one hand and the bar in the other. This is like what we're working towards eventually, but for now it's a Thompson. Hallowed Mirror and Logical Reasoning are the horror healing in the deck. Don't overlook the other use of Logical Reasoning, which was the tarot card thing, to remove annoying tarot card if that's your problem. The cool part is, Yogi, I did not read your description here. I just went based off of the cards I was reading when I was putting the deck together. I was actually looking at this on the phone when I was putting the deck together. So all the descriptions like way far down and I didn't even read it. I was thinking of reading it on screen with everybody to kind of like understand. But I feel proud that I figured out some of this stuff on my own. But I never thought of grabbing the bandolier being super important. But yeah, that's a good call. Things that were cut. Oh yeah, because you sent me previous deck lists I remember looking at too. Yes. So you got rid of these, did this, okay, out of the fun fact. Okay, Dynamite Blast was added for fun factor. This enables a resource regeneration for Keen Eye and Dynamite Blast. Love it. So we're trying to mulligan for Mr. Rook is the most important thing, which I should have looked at this before we got started. Then 2, we want a machete or the 38 special or the 45 Thompson or the M19 bar if it's in there, which we don't have yet. And then for upgrades later, we'll talk about this at the end of the stream. But if you want to look at this deck list, it's linked down in the video description. You can bring this up and look at it as we're playing, kind of know what we're working with, what we're looking towards, and if you want to read this stuff. But I gathered all the cards from Yogi's recommended upgrades. And at the end of the stream, we can all talk about what we want to upgrade to, how much experience we have. And you guys can help me shape the deck. We'll do some polls and that kind of stuff. So look through here at some of these cards and see, and maybe prioritize in your mind how you think we're gonna advance further. But we'll look at that again at the end of the scenario. But it's cool. All right. So yeah. So we'll start off. We'll just play 3 for machete. Actually, no, sorry. Other order. I already said what I was doing. We're going to draw the 3 cards off of the location ability. Flashlight. Thompson. And Inquiring Mind. See, now we have different options. But I don't know. I feel like we need the bandolier, right? Like to start doing the flashlight / Thompson, but maybe it's better just to do flashlight and machete. Maybe put Rook into play. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. So we got to put something into play here. We have 1 action left. We can't put the Thompson in play yet. We don't have the money. I feel like I just threw a machete into play. Still is the 3rd action. And we roll with it. Just so we have a weapon in case a monster does jump out. Right away, we have a clue on our location, which is perfect if we're fighting the monster. And we kill it. Next round, we get the clue. Now we have 7 cards in hand, so we should be able to draw into a nice 8-card hand, have tons of options. Man, that's cool. All right. We didn't draw a weakness, so that's great. Which I thought would happen. All right, so we end our turn. No monsters. Reset. Ready up our cards. We're going to draw 1. Hallowed Mirror. Okay, cool. Man, lots of stuff to play here. Now we just need some money. And we're going to get 1. So we're at 3 resources. We're going to slap a Doom on the agenda. Draw an encounter card. What do we get? Oh, it's a new one. The Zealot's Seal, which is a hex. Revelation, each investigator with 3 or fewer cards in hand. Aha! Must take 1 damage and 1 horror. Each investigator with 4 or more cards in hand tests willpower of 2. Oh. Each investigator who fails must discard 2 cards at random from their hand. His or her hand. Okay, neat. Okay, I see what you did there. A little balance for the ability. Here's the way to take away your fun. So we're testing willpower of 2. Our stat is 3. Is there anything I want to toss in there that... Or do I care? I don't know if I care. Do I just let a couple... No, maybe I do care. I have some nice cards in here, and it is random discard from hand. So I either throw in... I just want to get to like +2 at least. I'm +1 right now. Like, I don't want to put Inquiring Mind or Unexpected Courage in. That's a little too high. Maybe the shortcut or the hollowed mirror. I don't know. This one's, I'm not sure, like, because it's a whole different scenario. I think I'll just toss the shortcut in. Maybe. It's an action point. So hollowed mirror grabs, I just need to know what hollowed mirror and the soothing melody. That I have. Soothing melody. So the hollowed mirror, I might toss it right now for the test. Let's check what it can do. It can put 3 of these cards, 2 of them in our deck, 1 in our hand. Heal 2 damage or 2 horror in any combination from among investigators and or ally assets at your location. Draw a card. Man, that's really good. That's really good. Maybe I try to work towards that. Yeah, those are cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just toss in a shortcut. So I'm testing 4 on 2. Hopefully we don't fail and have to get rid of more cards, but maybe we do. I don't know. Yep, because we drew a -4. So that sucks. So we're gonna discard 2 random cards from our hand. So I should just not put anything in the test and just took the hit. So let's go this one and this one. I don't know. Mr. Rook. And Inquiring Mind. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Well, welcome to Return 2. Oh, that feels bad. That feels bad. Okay. Yep. That feels bad. I should have just, even if I threw in Inquiring Mind, oh, I would have passed, right? But I didn't want to, I'm not going to waste it and go +4 on the test. Come on. But if I really cared, I should have, because that would have kept my hand a little safer, right? Oh well. Oh well. All right. Now it's our turn. So, oh no, yeah, we drew this. We didn't draw a monster. So what are we doing now for setting up here? I mean, we could just throw. We investigate for 3 on 3. Let's throw flashlight down, maybe. Yep, I'm gonna throw a flashlight in for 2. We'll put 3 supplies on it. Then we're going to spend a supply to investigate. This will get -1 shroud. I know, Steph, I know. All right, here we go. -1. Okay, we passed. We were testing 3 on 1, so we're good. We get the clue. Now I'm going to play Crack the Case. Fast, so it doesn't cost an action point. After investigator discovers the last remaining clue at your location, I can gain a total of X resources for the shroud value. So I'll play this kind of like an emergency cache, and we'll get 3 resources out of it. So we did 1 action for flashlight, 1 action to investigate. Then I think we're gonna move to the guest hall. And this is a new guest hall. Somehow you've ended up in a completely different part of your house. Investigators at this location cannot take draw actions. Oh, hello. 1 shroud, no clues. So that means... Oh, that means I don't draw, right? Oh no, draw actions are different than drawing at the end of the phase, right? That just blocks a draw during a turn, right? Not during the round, like the end of round draw. It's not an action. Yeah, I think so. All right, so we're done. No enemies. Ready up. Then we draw a card. I'm pretty sure, right? Anyone tell me if I'm not supposed to be drawing, but I'm pretty sure I do draw. I draw one now. Roland's 38 special. Pew pew. All right. Then we're gonna slap a doom on the agenda. Messing up my cards, and then we'll draw an encounter card. What do we get? Frozen in Fear. Oh, this is a terror one. Yeah, this is what that card would clear out. Revelation. Put Frozen in Fear into your threat area. The first time you perform one of the following actions, either move, fight, or evade each round, it costs 1 additional action. Force. At the end of your turn, test willpower of 3. If you succeed, discard it. So I gotta remember at end of turn, and it's only the first time you perform one of those actions. So if I move 3 times on my turn, you know, for example, or 2 times, it only makes the first one cost an extra action. All right, so we're Frozen in Fear. Awesome. Well, bathroom or bedroom? Bathroom or bedroom? The bathroom says, as you approach the bathroom door, the weight of the putrid, unnatural air causes you to gag. The bedroom says, a shadow dances across the floor beneath the bedroom door as you approach. Sounds like an enemy's in there. I want to go cut him with my machete, I think. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the Hollowed Mirror first. For 2. Gonna get set up a little bit. I then search my collection for 3 copies of that soothing, nice soothing melody. All right. After Hollowed Mirror enters play, search your bonded cards for 3 copies of Soothing Melody. Add 1 to hand, and shuffle the other 2 into your deck. When this leaves play, I have to find all these and remove them from the game. So let's shuffle them in. Aaron says, sounds like my bathroom after Taco Bell. Oh, man. Hey, Dale. Dancing in the bedroom is because there's only 1 bathroom in the house after taco night. Yes. Oh, man, you guys are funny. Gen Chaos 2. Bathroom is from taco night. Nice. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. So, shuffle those in. All right, so now in our hand, we have a Soothing Melody. So at least for skill icons, otherwise we can heal 2 damage to horror on allies or ourselves and then draw a card. But I mean, it's good to have in hand, I think, for the skill icons too. I figured just get it in play. And if we're forced to discard an asset, we have something we can toss away maybe that won't hurt us as much as maybe the flashlight or machete. But hopefully we can use the flashlight soon. Okay, so that was just playing an asset, so that didn't cost extra. But if I move, it's going to cost me 2 actions. Is there anything I want to do just chilling? Not really, right? If I see an enemy, though, I won't have an action to fight it. I forgot about this, right? That's the problem. But, okay, so we'll go to the bathroom instead. Taco night is... We're feeling the grumbles, so let's go up here. So the bathroom is 1 shroud. What is it? 1 clue, 1 shroud, forced. After you reveal a skull, a cultist, a tablet, or... Oh, this is a new one. This is a new one, right? Oh, no, this wasn't what we shuffled. We did attic and cellar. So yeah, of course it's a new one, duh. So after we draw one of those tokens or the auto fail, while investigating in the bathroom, you lose all remaining actions and end your turn. Okay. So let's put a clue there. And we're done. End of our turn, we're going to test willpower of 3. If we succeed, we can get rid of this stupid card. I think I want to throw an unexpected courage in it. So I'm testing 5 on 3. Yeah. Bathroom break takes several actions. Agreed. Matthew says, I thought y'all were talking about Soothing Melody. LOL. That is not a thing I would think about after Taco Bell. Not at all. Not at all. So we drew the tablet. But we're not investigating. What are we doing? We're doing this. The tablet is -2. If there's a ghoul enemy at your location, take a damage. Well, we didn't. So we still pass. Beautiful. We pass. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. No longer frozen in fear. All right. Doom on the agenda. Oh, sorry, we didn't finish our end of turn stuff. So reset. No enemies. We're going to draw a second flashlight. We are going to take another resource to go up to 4. Our hand is good. We're going to put a doom on the agenda. We check. We're at 3 doom in play, which is the threshold on this card. Clear it all away. We'll flip this over. What do we get? A lapse in time. I already forget what this does. I'm so bad. Your house continues to change before your very eyes. The walls have decayed and the ground in many rooms has turned to dirt. It is almost as if it's been transported somewhere else entirely, although every now and again you recognize elements of your former home. The lead investigator must decide, choose one. Either each investigator discards one card at random from his or her hand, or the lead investigator takes 2 horror. I mean, now that Mr. Rook's gone, like, I kind of don't care. But I could just play this to heal the 2 horror and just draw a card to get something different. Rather than losing 2, what is it? Oh, 1 card. 1 card at random. But then it's an action to heal the horror and draw the card, so it really just doesn't balance out. That seems dumb too. Yeah, I did. No, yeah, it was Unexpected Courage. It was Unexpected Courage, not Guts. I played. So no card draw, unfortunately. No card draw off the Unexpected Courage. I do have Guts in the deck, but didn't draw yet. I think I'll just do the random card. Because, like, I still have 1 weapon for sure. I don't need the other extra flashlight. And losing this right now, I feel like it's not the worst thing. So yeah, I'll just do the card. I should roll a die. Let's see here. Where are you? So you have 4 cards. I'll get a D4. And we'll just roll. Where are you? Card number 1 is the Soothing Melody. Okay. Beautiful. All right, that's done. What's next? Rise of the Ghouls, the sequel. The floor beneath is giving way to a vast network of tunnels twisting into the darkness below. Shapes and silhouette of strange creatures move swiftly throughout the tunnels. Trying to find your way up, you probably don't want to be here when they do. So 7. 7 is the doom now we're trying to beat. We still only have 1 clue towards the 3 we need here. And then we're going to draw. Oh, we got a new card. Sweet. Chill from below. Hazard. Revelation. Test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, you must discard a card at random from your hand. For each card you cannot discard, take 1 damage. Okay, now I'm seeing what they did here. So they give me an action I can keep doing to draw 3 cards. But then it seems like all the new cards just want to rip cards from your hand. Clever. Clever. Thanks a lot. Just jerks. Damn designers. Okay. Willpower test, eh? Oh boy. Okay. So we have 3 on 3. I literally have only 1 icon I can use in hand, which is Rollins 38 Special. I don't know. I guess I'll just draw. Like, who? This is getting worse. I shouldn't use Unexpected Courage on the last one. I don't know if that was worse. It's 3 on 3. Come on, 0 or +1. -1. Okay, we got to get rid of 1 card at random. All right, let's just roll it up. Number 1 again. Roland's 38 Special is gone. Whether I committed it, it would have saved me a card, or it's discarded anyway, so it all worked out. Okay, now I'm down to 2 cards in hand. So I went from like 8 cards in hand first round. I only have 3 in play, but somehow I'm down to 2 cards in hand. I don't know what happened there, but this is crazy. All right, still no monster. All right, so this is only 1 shroud. But if we reveal a symbol, we're going to lose our whole turn trying to investigate the little 1 shroud location. But I'm going to do it. I want to get that clue. So, yeah, that might really suck. But, all right, let's do it. 3 on 1. Regular old investigate. +1. Where were you last draw? All right, +1. We got it. We got the clue. We didn't draw a symbol, so we do not get punished by the Taco Bell bathroom. And we're good. So that was action 1. Action 2. Move. Or do I draw first, then move? Maybe I draw first, then move. Or I move twice into there. I'm not sure about going to the bathroom with the shadow dancing across the floor beneath the bathroom door or bedroom door as I approach in the bedroom. I'm worried about going in there on my last action of the turn. But, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to just draw. And then, oh, soothing melody. And then we'll stop in the hallway. All right, enemies, nothing. Reset, draw. Guts. There we go. We got some guts. We'll take a resource up to 5. Then we'll put a doom on the agenda. We'll draw a card. There's our enemy. Oh, a new one too. We got a Grave Eater. 2/2/2 humanoid monster. Ghoul forced after Grave Eater attacks you. Are you serious? Discard a card at random from your hand? Is that this whole... That's what Return to does. It just wants to rip your hand apart. Clever, guys. Clever. I found the theme of the scenario already. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. I know what's going on here. So A, just keep drawing cards. I should go back to the study and just draw a whole bunch of cards that I can just throw away. I'm just kidding. All right, so this guy's engaged with me. He's not going to attack me yet. Hopefully I can kill him with my machete. It just sucks I don't have a clue on my location to get the bonus, but hey, whatever. He hits for 1 damage, 1 horror, so I don't think I want to do attack of opportunity to bring him in here, but... All right. So we'll start off our round by the machete attack, +1. So we're at 5 on 2 for a fight. I don't want to give you advice, but I've gotten the whiskey. What do you mean by that? The real whiskey? You're just watching me having a drink? Ultravioletta says that's an evil card. Yeah, no kidding. It's all evil. -1. So we did kill this thing. Boom. Enemy gone. All right. Action 2. Let's move into the bedroom. See what's going on. So the bedroom has 1 clue, 2 shroud, forced. After you fail a skill test while investigating the bedroom, discard 1 card at random from your... Do you want to get a drinking game going with the whiskey? Every time, Yogi, I read discard 1 card at random from your hand, or discard a card at random from your hand. Everyone takes a drink. And if you want to start now, you probably got to drink like 6 shots right now or whatever. Take 6 swigs. Because that's how many times I've said that already in this scenario. Okay, so 1 clue. So literally just enough clues to advance. So no wiggle room here. Okay. So to investigate this one's a 2. Which I mean I have 3 by default. Is this a shroud spend? I don't think so, right? But I don't want to fail and lose a card from hand. But I feel like we're going to see higher shroud. I do have a second flashlight in hand, but as we know, it'll get discarded. So I can't like hold cards and build for later. That's what they're counteracting here. I only have 1 action left. You know what? I'm going to flashlight it before I draw a card that tells me to get rid of an asset. So I'm going to draw... I reduce the shroud down to 0. So as long as I don't draw the auto fail, I will succeed. Skill test in the bedroom? Yeah, that's right. Oh, +1. Nice. Nice. All right. So we get the clue. We pass. Do I want to do this now? I forget what happens. Oh, but there's a new card. There's a new card. Ah, maybe I shouldn't advance yet. Maybe I shouldn't advance yet. I'm scared. I won't have any actions. Nah, let's do it. Who cares? Oh, no, I'm not in the guest hall. I have to be in the guest hall. I have to be in the guest hall. I can't even do it anyway. Forget what I said. All right, we're done. No enemies. All right, reset. Draw. Logical reasoning. Play only if you have at least 1 clue. Well, I have clues. Choose an investigator. Your location. That investigator either heals 2 horror, discards a terror. Well, if we see another one of those annoying terrors, that's an answer for it. We'll gain a resource going up to 6. Doom. We're definitely less than 8 cards in hand for sure. So we're at 2 out of 7 Doom. Let's draw. Good old terror, dissonant voices. We got revelation put into play in your threat area. You cannot play assets or events forced at the end of the round. Just get rid of it. At least it's one that goes away, but sometimes that can really mess you up near the end of a scenario. Okay. I might not even care about playing assets or events right now. Oh yeah, I can't even play events to get rid of it. That's the one. That's like the one that just laughs at this card, right? Because I can't even play this to get rid of it. Oh man. Okay, anyways. Enemy voices in my head. Yeah, what is this? Get out of my head. All right, so then I'm going to start off my turn by moving to the guest hall. And then at the guest hall, only investigators at the guest hall may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance, which I'll spend all 3. And we're going to read the back of this new act. I'm super excited. Breaking the wall. The 4th wall or just the wall? I don't know what's going to happen here. The layout of your home is vastly different from its usual structure. Somehow your guest hall seems to have looped around on itself and you're stuck with no way to enter the main hallway near the front of the house. You notice that the wall between the guest bedroom and the bathroom is rotted and stained with what appears to be old blood. With no other way to proceed, you have no choice but to burst through the weak, rotted wall. Put into play the set-aside hole in the wall location. Oh, what? Hole in the wall. Okay. Okay, this is cool. Let's see. Then it says choose an investigator of the Great Hall. I'll choose. Let's choose Roland. Let's choose Roland. The chosen investigator must immediately move into the hole in the wall and reveal it. So this connects. Oh, I don't even know what it connects to. Connects to this. Sure. All right. So whatever. We'll put this here. Then we'll move to it. And this hole in the wall is. I need this. Like I need a hole in my wall. Nice, 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 nice. All right, so we found the hallway. 1 shroud, no clues. Forced. After you reveal this location, put a set-aside attic, cellar, and parlor locations into play. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. I like what they did here. It's funny. So let's do that. Attic. So maybe I need to move stuff around here. Let's see. Let's go like this. I don't know if it's going to make me clear it all the way, but let's just move it like this, I guess, or something like this. And then this here, this here. Okay, that there. This one, where's the other one? Cellar. And these are random. We don't know which one we got for this one. And the parlor. Parlor. Like this. I think. Like that. So it's like an alternate split side little universe here. So it says, immediately move to the hole in the wall and reveal it. Then he or she must test willpower 4. For each point that investigator fails by, he or she must discard a random card from hand. Take a drink, everybody. Take a drink. Discarding a random card from hand. Woo! So test willpower 4. What do I got in hand? Oh, hold on. We got guts. We got guts. We got logical reasoning. I mean, this stuff might just... I mean, if we're going to lose cards anyway, might as well just try to win the test. But then if we fail, it sucks even more. So if I play the guts, we're a 5 on 4. If I throw the logical reasoning in also, we are a 7 on 4. Yeah, let's just do the 7 on 4. I'm going to, like, I don't know. Velko's already half drunk, yes. +1. Man, I swear, I shake this bag up. There's only 1 +1 in here, right? I looked earlier. I didn't mess that up, right? I shook this bag good. These tokens are pretty good at usually drawing different stuff. Yeah, there's only 1 +1. Man, I feel like I'm playing on easy here. I keep drawing the +1s. I did draw a +4 to start those, so that kind of set the tone, but yeah, like way over committed. So it actually is like an 8 on 4. So yeah, it's like I lost by 2, but whatever. But I do get to draw a card from Guts though. That's fine. I drew into a Guts. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? Guts into Guts. Feels good. Okay, that's done. So now we're back to normal. Act card here. We got the barrier. A glowing barrier blocks a path to your parlor. As you move toward it, intense heat forces you to back away, picking up a handful of dirt and tossing it at the barrier, and watch in horror as the dirt incinerates. Perhaps there's something in the cellar or the attic that can help. Objective. When the round's end, an investigator in the hallway may, as a group, spend the requisite number of clues to advance. We need 3 again, and we need to be at the hallway, not the guest hall, the hallway. Excuse me, sorry. Famous last words. I feel like I'm playing on easy. No, all I mean is I feel like I'm playing on easy by drawing +1s more than once in a scenario. I've drawn it like 2 or 3 times now. Just on the bag pull. I should have worded that more specifically. Based on the last couple of bag pulls, I feel like I'm drawing from a bag that was set up for easy difficulty. I don't feel like I'm playing on easy difficulty in general. Just the last couple pulls. Not in general. Okay. So where am I? I am at the hallway, right? Now I just have to remember what caused all this. Does anyone know how many actions I had left? I feel like I moved. Or was I already there? I think I have 2 actions left. I think I have 2 actions left. I forget where I was on the turn, to be honest. After reading all that stuff. This is why I love having Mel playing with me to keep me on track of like what is going on. But I have you guys for that. You're in the hallway, and if the clues spend to advance wasn't an action. Yeah, it wasn't an action. I've only done one thing, right? Let's see. You guys want to see the artwork for these 2? It looks like it's the same artwork. Like, yeah, it looks like it's exact. Oh, no, it is mirrored. It is mirrored. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it is mirrored. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, because I was thinking it is like a mirror of itself, right? So already it feels different. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, 2 actions. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Toke. Thank you, Yogi. I just couldn't remember if I started the turn at the guest hall or moved to it. I think I moved to it. I spent this clues, which was not an action. Then I have 2 left. I can't play assets or events. What do I want to do? I guess I want to move somewhere. And remember, the attic and the cellar were randomly drawn, so we could be a new one. It could be the old one that we played. So before it was attic dealt a horror, and then the cellar was slipping on ice and hurting yourself. But now they could be different, which is so neat. And we're not allowed to go in the parlor. For those that don't know, the entrance to the parlor is blocked by the glowing, unfathomable barrier. You cannot move into here. So we have to go up or down. I guess we'll just go to the attic. I don't know. We'll just go to the attic and see what's what. Oh, it's a new one. It's a new one. Perfect. I kind of want to force the new ones, but just to see them. But at least we got one. At least we got one. So it's 3 shroud, 1 clue, forced. After you reveal the attic, put the set aside far above your house location into play. Then it says the bloody carcass of some sort of beast swings from a meat hook chained to the ceiling. Blood drains slowly from the carcass, dripping into a small barrel. To your surprise, a wooden ladder at the far end of the attic ascends through the roof and even to an even higher area. What? This is cool. I didn't even realize. I didn't read these ones to what they were. far above your house. Okay. So we'll just put it like right here. And it looks like it connects back and forth. And put it into play. Yeah, just put it into play like there. Oh man, now I like, this is cool. And we got one clue. So I have one action left. I could stay here and hope an enemy drops on my head, or I could move far above my house. I can't play assets or events right now. I don't need money. Maybe I just draw a card. Far above your house, aka off the table. Air dried meat. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll stay where I am. I think I'll just draw a card. I don't want to go in here with no actions left. I'm very scared now of this scenario. It's like, it's not like a very new player friendly, right? It's trying to like really mess with me. And I kind of want to stay here. If I do draw an enemy, I have a clue on my location. So if I fight it, I can use roll his ability to kind of get some action efficiency. So I'll just draw a card. And we found a shortcut. So if we got to get out of dodge, hopefully we can. But at least we have a nice amount of willpower icons in our hand. I feel good. All right, so that's us. No enemies. End of the round, this goes away, which is fine. Reset, draw. Oh, we drew the Dark Pact. No. No. All right, then we're going to get a money. We got lots of money, so we don't care about that. Okay, this goes away at the end of the round. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand. We're good. We'll throw our third Doom out of 7 into play. Draw a card. There it is. We got a monster. Oh, with a victory point. Yes. Spawn it at the attic. That's where we are. The card draw gods are being nice to me right now. This is good. This is good. So we spawn it at the attic, which we are here. So we'll automatically engage with us because we're there. It does 1 damage and 2 horror. So it's 4 to kill it, but it's a fight of 4. So we're only fighting it against with 5. So we need to, I don't know. That's a little worrisome, but we don't have much fight icons in hand. Probably would be better to use this, but we don't have that luxury right now. I'm actually a little worried, but yeah. We'll just, maybe they're not being nice to us. Okay. Our turn, right? Yeah, our turn. So we have the Flesh Eater. Do I just run away from him with a shortcut first? Go to the attic, above the attic onto the roof. Because he's not going to follow us. I'm just worried because I only fight for 5 with the machete. And he's a 4. And the only +1 I have in hand, for only 1 test I can throw this in, but I don't really want to. Just swing 3 times, you think I'll probably get it, Yogi? But if I don't, I'm taking 2 horror and 1 damage in the enemy phase. And if I fail, I'm stuck here with this guy, and I could draw into another enemy that spawns on me. Okay. I don't know about brute forcing it, though. I feel like that's maybe the no-go. But I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, shuffling up the bag. Real nice. Hopefully we still draw zeros, +1s. He would still be engaged with me if I play shortcut. Oh, he does follow me. He does follow me? Okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Because I move, he comes with me, but he just doesn't do the attack of opportunity. That makes sense. I would have to fully evade him. He's a 1 to evade. I have a 2 stat. I have a 2. Yeah, I have a Soothing Melody in hand. We're okay. Yeah, whatever. Here we go. Shot number 1. -4. Amazing. Hit him again. Action number 2. Tablet, -2. Fail again. And for our third fail, stupid. It's exactly what I thought would happen. Oh, -4 again. Why not? Yep. So this is why you don't do a test of +1 multiple times in standard difficulty, which I learned very early playing this game. So we're done. Enemy phase. Enemy's going to hit me. I take 2 damage, or 2 horror, 1 damage. No ally to put it on, so I'm taking it. Then we are going to reset. Ready up. We ready up the enemy. Draw a card. Another soothing melody. So we're good for taking damage and horror, I guess. Then I will take a money. And I'll put a doom on the agenda. And I'll draw. Rotting Remains. Revelation. Test willpower of 3. For each one you fail by, take a horror. This one sucks. This one sucks for rolling. But we're going to throw a guts in there. We're going to throw a guts into the test. So we're at a 5 on 3. Yep, 5 on 3. Whoa, okay. The bag is like now saying you thought it was easy draw on +1s. So we don't get our extra card from guts. We actually fail by 2. So I take 2 horror. I'm literally 1 horror away from failing a whole scenario, just like that. Just like that. Which, yeah, this is why I should have just tried to maybe evade him and worry about him later. And get the Thompson into play and fight him. But now, yeah. Okay, so now the problem is I'm still stuck with this monster. Soothing Melodies would cause an attack of opportunity to play, so that doesn't get me out of trouble. So I kind of need to evade him. Also, let's see here. I do have evades for Tess. Yeah, I think I need to evade this guy and heal up. And then put the Thompson into play and come back at him with like a real shot at fighting him. I don't know. I blame the meat in the attic. Woo! Okay, so what we want to do... I definitely don't want to spend 3 turns trying to fight this guy again, because that's like not great. Yogi's drunk on whiskey, so we shouldn't listen to him anymore. Then... yeah, so let's evade. Let's try to evade. Let's try to evade. Which may just evade us into another enemy. But I would rather take that than just get hit by this guy. We didn't draw in any more fight icons. Okay, so I will evade test. I'm going to throw in a shortcut for +1. So I'm testing 3 on 1. Oh, there's the +1. Okay, cool. So we disengage from this guy. Then I'll do a move action. And then we reveal this location. Field of Graves, 2 Shroud, 1 Clue. Forest, after your Field of Graves, test willpower 4. For each point you fail by, surprise, discard a card at random from each player's hand. Wow, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Willpower test of 4. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know. So my plan of going there and trying to heal up is not really going to work if I end up losing cards from hand. But maybe I get rid of my weakness that way, right? So if that's the case, I'm going to keep my whole hand and I'll just do a test of 3 on 4. 3 on 4. I know. If I like, what do I do though? If I throw all those cards in and I still fail, I increase the chance of the Tommy gun disappearing. All right, so I fail by 1. So 1 card at random. One card at random from a 5-card hand. Let's roll a d6. Number 2. Please be my Dark Pact weakness. Yes! Dark Pact weakness for the win. Get out of here. All right, that's working out. All right, so I still have one action, right? Yeah, I still have one action because I started the turn with this guy, evaded him, I moved. Now the one action here, this is a victory point if I get that one clue off there. But I should heal first. I should definitely heal first. So I'm gonna play an event to heal 2 horror, and then I'll draw a card. Unexpected courage, sweet. Unexpected courage. Okay, done. Now we are going to enemies. This guy's snoozing. He'll just wake up. Reset. Then we'll draw. Bandolier. So maybe we can get the Tommy gun and still have the flashlight in play, or the machete still in play. Or put a fresh flashlight, yeah. Okay, sweet. Then we'll gain a resource, because we need more of those. So we're sitting at 9 resources now. All right, I'm good for cards. Now we're going to put our 5th doom out of 7. Draw an encounter card. Oh, we found the icy ghoul to spawn at the cellar. Another victory point dude. He's only 3 fight, that's better, but yeah, the 4 fight guy up here is rough. Okay, our turn. What are we doing? Do we want this clue? Do we need this clue? We probably need the clue, right? Because there's 1, 2, there's probably a 3rd one here. So we do need that clue. I could just flashlight it, get rid of the flashlight, put a new one in play. I gotta get the Tommy gun in play before we lose it, right? Bandolier. Maybe I'll just set up this turn. Bandolier for 2. For 1 action. Okay, that gives us an additional hand slot for a weapon asset. Okay, and a place to put 1 health if we really are in trouble. Snoozing. Yeah, it's snoozing. It was having a nap is what I... Not Susan. Although... I don't know, does it look like a Susan? I think it might look like a Susan. It looks more like a Karen, actually. Definitely looks like a Karen. Stupid Karens. All right, anyways, let's, yeah, play the Bandolier. Then we're gonna play the 45 Thompson. Or no, let's get rid of the flashlight first. Yeah, let's just investigate. We'll spend 2 to make this a 0. We'll just do a classic investigate. I mean, I probably should just leave it there for the enemy that's going to drop in my head. Bando Tommy clue. -1. We got it. We got it. So we'll get the clue. Then the last action, we're going to play the Tommy gun, which is going to replace the flashlight in play right now. And now what's the Tommy gun? 6. So we're down to 1 resource. And when we feel like we want to get rid of machete, no problem. We can just put another flashlight into play if we feel like we need it, which we probably do in the cellar. I don't remember, but it could be a new cellar, right? So we're going to put 5 ammo on the Tommy gun, which I should have just put the money that we discarded 2 seconds ago. So we got 5 shots in our Tommy gun. But the Tommy gun is for our flesh eater buddy, or maybe the next enemy that comes out. Okay, so we're done. Enemies. Chilling. The icy ghoul is chilling. He's just chilling. He doesn't move. Then we're going to draw. Emergency cash. Okay. 1 resource. We're going to put our 6th doom out of 7 on the agenda. Draw a card. Oh, we do get another enemy. It's the good old Acolyte of Umar-Doth card from the Return to set. 3/3/2, humanoid monster ghoul, prey, fewest cards in hand. I see what you did there. The whole scenario's making me rip cards out of hand, then goes after the fewest cards in hand. In multiplayer, that would be hilarious. While engaged with Investigator with no cards in his or her hand, Acolyte of Umordoth cannot be evaded. So, yeah, punishing you if you have no cards in hand. So, he only hits for 1 and 1, so it's not the worst, but now I regret getting that clue off the location. That was kind of a waste, but we didn't know, right? So, this guy's engaged with us. And I guess we just gotta fight him, right? But he's only a 3, so we can just machete him, right? Yeah, let's just machete him once. Yeah, I should have just drew a card instead of getting the clue. -2, we're good. So that does damage. 2 damage. Okay, need 1 more on him. I don't have a vicious blow in hand to make it efficient, but it's all good. We'll just attack him again with the machete. And we drew a 0. Okay. Thank you, Bag. So, finishing blow. This guy's not victory points, but he gone. So that was 2 actions. I don't think I want to move in yet. So with this, we got victory points off this one. Nice, for now. I think I'll just play an emergency cash and chill. Although holding extra cards in hand might be smart for this scenario. So maybe I just draw. My only worry is drawing into cover up. So maybe I'll just play emergency cash. Do you have rat poison? Yeah, I'll just play emergency cash. Gain 3 resources. Done. Enemy phase, nothing. Draw, reset. Inquiring Mind. Can't use it right now. That would have been helpful because there's a clue on the location. I could get +3 on a fight against him. That'd have been nice before. Gain another resource. So I'm at 6 resources. Doom, which is going to advance. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm taking way too long, right? I feel like the tunnels below. A feral beast, roughly humanoid, with a canine cast and hooves for feet, tears through the ground in front of you. Below the floor, you can see a vast tunnels beneath your house. Fiendish howling echoes from deep within the underground caverns. Shuffle the encounter discard pile on the encounter deck. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a ghoul enemy is discarded. The lead investigator draws that enemy. So again, getting the clue off this location was like a waste because now I'm going to have another enemy and I'm not taking advantage of the clue on the location when defeating, but that's fine. It's fine. Okay, we shuffled, cut it. Let's start discarding. Oh, that's a nice one to discard. We're looking for a ghoul. Nope, that's a rat, right? We want a ghoul? Where was it? Yeah, ghoul enemy. Oh, we got a new ghoul. All right, sweet. Let's see what this one does. Ghoul from the depths. 3/4/2. Humanoid monster ghoul. Spawn at the bathroom, and it has retaliate. It's victory 1. It's for 1 and 1. Okay, spawn it at the bathroom though. So it's a little far away to go get. We might have to forget about it, but oh, or did it? Oh, sorry, it had to spawn with me. No, I just had to draw it. Yeah, no spawn with me. Okay, it didn't override it. So now we're on the last agenda, which says they're getting out. You hear a crazed howl inside, and suddenly all the creatures turn their attention to that sound. They rush to escape the house, breaking down doors and clawing at everything in their way. Forced. At the end of the enemy phase, each unengaged ghoul enemy moves 1 location towards the parlor. Oh, yeah, come my way, Mr. Victory Points. So it's going to move towards the parlor. Forced. At the end of the round, place 1 doom on this agenda for each ghoul enemy in the hallway or parlor. Okay, so we got to remember to check that at the end of the enemy phase and the end of the round. All right, now we draw an encounter card. Rotting Remains. Revelation. Test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, take a horror. Oh, wow. There is no clue at my location. I'll put unexpected courage in the test. 5 on 3. Could be the enemy right here. -4. Are you serious? All right, so -4. So we're 5 on 3. So that brings me down to 1 on 3. Right? What did I say? I was 5 on 3. Yeah. So -4 is 1 on 3. So I have to take 2 horror. Oh, wow. Almost. I thought I was dead there. Thought I was dead. But I think I mathed it out right. So I'm at 4 horror out of 5 again. Oh man, these rotting remains are killing me. And I think, yeah, there's another one in there because I shuffled it back in too. So I might see another one. Unfortunately, I think I got to do the healing again. But then I need to attack this guy twice. Huh. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck, right? It's like I could spend the action to heal 2 horror, but then I don't have enough actions to move in and kill this guy. So I should probably just move in and fight him. But if I miss on my 2 shots, he then will kill me. So I don't know what to do. I can't stay up here for like another whole round. So like, I don't know. Should I push it? I feel like I should push it. Because this guy is going to move at the end of the enemy phase. This ghoul is also going to move to here. And this is going to make so much doom happen. This guy's going to move to here. This guy will move down here. So if I just stay where I am and don't do anything, these 2 guys move here. And then that means I'll be putting 3 doom out of 10 in 1 round. I have to risk it, right? I have to go for it. I can't just stay here and be a chicken. But it could be the end of me. But we got to do it. So I'll move in. This guy will engage me, Flesh Eater Karen. And then I have 2 actions left, so we're going to fire on him with the Tommy gun. So that I'm +2 fight, so it's a 6 on 4. I mean, I could put in Inquiring Mind, but only in for one of the tests. Which test? Do I put this in on the first test or the second test? I feel like I just go for it on the first one. I don't know. Blaze of Glory. Here we go. Cultist. Oh no. -1 if you fail to take a horror. No, we didn't fail. Perfect. So that is 2 damage. Okay, second one. I want this to happen so bad. I'm actually going to put in an Inquiring Mind in. There is a clue at my location, so I'm actually going to spend another ammo. I don't want to draw the +4 again and lose. I think this will still work. So I'm +2, so I'm 6, 7, 8, 9 on 4. Putting an Inquiring Mind. Super overkill, but this is like win or lose, or this is like lose the game right here if I fail. I'm pumping it up. Oh, and I draw the blue, of course. So it's also +1. So actually it was 10 on 4. Whoops. Okay, so we win. This goes away. This guy's dead. Victory points. Victory points. I'll put them up here in a little victory display out of shot there. Or actually, I can put it over here. So we got 1 victory point, maybe 2. Yeah, that's all I see. We could get 2 more here. All right, so we're good. Enemy phase. These guys do nothing. Then they're going to move. Hallway. This guy moves to the guest hall. Because they're both ghouls, right? They're both ghouls. Each unengaged ghoul enemy moves 1 location towards the parlor. Force at the end of the round. Place 1 doom on the agenda for each ghoul enemy in the hallway or parlor. So I'll just do that now, even though I haven't done my turn yet. So 1 there. Okay. So then we reset. Draw. On the hunt. I don't feel like I need more enemies right now, but at least it's some skill icons. Okay, on the hunt. 1 resource, so we're up to 7 resources. Cards are good. Doom on the agenda for the normal Doom. So we're at 2 out of 10. Draw an encounter card. Oh, the clue. Thank you. Yep, I get the clue. You're right. You're right. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, do I have a card that reacts after that? No, right? Okay, we're good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We drew Frozen in Fear. So the first move, fight or evade this each round will cost 1 additional action. End of the turn. Test a willpower of 3 to try to get rid of it. Man, it's so frustrating. I don't want to YOLO it. Like this round, I can't even because the move will cost me 2. I only have 1 action to shoot on this guy. He will kill me. So I got to just chicken out this turn. I'm going to do this. Heal 2 horror and then draw a card. Dynamite Blast. Dynamite Blast. That's interesting. Probably should hold off on that. Huh. Then I have 2 actions left unless I move, fight, or evade. I feel like I just want to draw 2 more times. I need to get rid of this. That's what I need to do. This card, man. Yeah. Throw dynamite at the Icy Ghoul so he's 1 away from death? Dynamite the hallway. For just 1 enemy? It doesn't even kill him. And wouldn't it be better when they're all at the parlor to do it? That's the problem. It won't kill the guy, so I still have to go in and do an action next turn. But I'll actually have to do 2 because he's going to move into the parlor. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait. I'll probably use it on this guy when he's at the hallway. The only problem is we're going to have 3 Doom gather next turn. I don't know what to do, though. And the reason why I'm thinking of not even using dynamite is because of this little willpower icon. I need to get rid of this. So I'm like worried about being stuck with Frozen in Fear. Like I can't do anything. So what I want to do is do 2 more draws and try to draw into the card that helps me get rid of that. I think I have 1 more. Maybe I can draw into another shortcut. Do I have another one? No, I don't. They're all gone. Logical reasoning. Oh, I saw both, didn't I? No, I didn't. Hold on. No, I did. No, I'm being an idiot. 1. Yeah, no. I have 1 more logical reasoning in the deck, but I don't know. Yeah, he's not a 3. He's a 3/4/4. I know if he was a 3, I'd smoke him. I would just throw a dynamite in, no problem. No problem. I'm just going to draw to hopefully get some cards to help me on a test against this. Oh, look at that. Logical reasoning. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'm just going to pay to play this. Play if you have at least 1 clue. I do. For 2. I'll spend 2 to play logical reasoning. It's better than trying to gamble on a test, right? So I'll play this. Choose an investigator location on investigator that heals 2 horror or discards a terror card from play. I'll get rid of the terror card. Man, that was sweet. Okay, done. Enemies. They're just gonna move along. Then we're going to reset. Draw. On the hunt. Another on the hunt. Take a money. Going back up to 6. Oh yeah, sorry. End of the enemy phase. We're going to put 2 Doom on here. So we're 4 out of 10. Then we're going to place a Doom for the normal Doom. We're now 5 out of 10, halfway there. And then we're going to draw a swarm of rats on our head. Why not? Why not? Why not? All right, our turn. How do I do this? Do I just bring the swarm of rats with me, take an attack of opportunity of 1 damage, and then dynamite blast the same location I'm at? But that would do 3 damage to myself. Probably not smart. I think I might move, attack of opportunity, then just shoot this guy. But I could fight this guy first with the machete, move, and then shoot. Or I dynamite blast, so he's down to 1 health. Dynamite hallway, then kill the rats, then move to hallway. So dynamite in the hallway still leaves this guy alive, but I want to kill a ghoul. I think is really important. So what I'm going to do is actually move with the rats. Or no, I should dynamite first. Oh, but that'll be an attack of opportunity also, right? So annoying. So annoying. How do I do this? I want to kill a ghoul to stop the doom from flooding here. I need to kill one of these ghouls this turn. I have to. Or I wait one more round. These guys are both here and I bomb them both, go in and kill them both. But that's too long. That takes too long. Kill AC, ignore rats. Yeah, I want to ignore the rats for sure. Alright, so I'm going to play a Dynamite Blast for 5. Super, feels bad. Feels real bad. To do 3 damage to this guy. Who has Retaliate, so at least that doesn't happen. So I get an attack of opportunity for not doing a fight or evade. So I'm now 2 damage out of 9. I'll then move in. I'll take another attack of opportunity. Still engage with this idiot. So now I'm at 3 damage out of 9. I don't think this scenario is going to go very well for me here. I feel like I'm getting crushed. Then we're going to shoot at this guy who's a 3 fight. I don't know if I want to waste a Thompson shot on him. So I'm just going to do a machete. Oh no, I have 2 engaged with me. I can't use the machete, right? Yeah, I can't use the machete. Because it won't give me the... Oh, I don't need the +1 damage. You get +1 fight for the attack. If the attached enemy is the only enemy engaged with you, this attack deals +1. I only need 1 damage. So I still can get the +1 from machete. So I'm a 5 on 3. I'll probably put an on the hunt in. Yeah, let's do an on the hunt. So I'm fighting the guy for 6 on 3. I just worry that there's still the final boss guy. Like this guy I know from before. I still feel like he's coming out. And if he retaliates on me once, I'm dead. Like, I don't know what to do for my extra horror and damage if I have nowhere to put it. What's this? Skull? Minus X. X is the number of ghoul enemies at your location. That's 1. So it's a -1. No big deal. No big deal. So we kill this guy. Another victory point. Yeah. Another victory point. That's gone. Enemy phase. The rats are going to hit me again. So I'm now 4 out of 9. Or 5. Yeah, 4 out of 9 damage. End of the enemy phase. This guy's going to make a doom go there. So now I'm 6 out of 10. Okay. Then ready up all of our stuff. Draw. Machete. Resource 2. Then, oh, whoops, another doom. So now we're 7 out of 10. Oh, and then we get another enemy, the Grave Eater. And we got a new subscriber, Dragoslav. Thank you so much for subscribing. So this Grave Eater guy is forced. After Grave Eater attacks, you discard 1 card at random from hand, 2/2/2. So this guy spawns on my head. So now I have 2 enemies again. I don't get the plus damage, so I should probably attack the swarm of rats first, then attack this guy. Which I will do. So I'm going to attack the rats. Rats for machete. I only need 1 damage. I am attacking for 5 on 1. -2. Bye, rats. Okay, then I'm going to attack this guy. for 5 on 2 with the machete. And I'll get some extra damage out of it because he's the only enemy engaged with me. And he's getting a ghoul out of play, which is good, right? Then I have 1 action left. Oh, I need to go to the cellar still. Oh, I'm going to run out of time here. Yeah. Go to the cellar. Go to the cellar. Forest, after you enter the cellar, take a damage. So I got the original cellar to show up here. Oh, no. Oh, no. So this is 2 clues. I should have just went down here first. But again, who knew how many clues would be here? It's got victory 1. That's me. Enemies, this guy's already here. Then we're going to reset, draw, emergency cache, a resource. We're gonna get, because of this guy, we're gonna get an extra doom, then another doom. So we're actually at 9 out of 10. So I have like 1 round left. I don't know, like I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like I feel like I'm so behind, so bad. Okay, and I don't know when this flips. Is it like auto fail? Don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that flip. Then we're gonna draw. Let's see what we get here. Oh, another enemy. Perfect. Just what I need. Just what I need. So Acolyte of Umordoth. While engaged with investigator, no cards. Okay, can't be evaded. Great. Yeah, because I need 3 clues. I only have 2 clues. I can get 1 off this thing with this guy. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll just attack this guy with the machete. Like, sure. Yeah, so many enemies. And then I shuffled the deck back in, so it just made more. All right, so we're good. 2 damage. I'll attack him again. It's a 5 on 3. -1, we're good. He's dead. We get the clue off location. This guy's gone. I guess advancing is probably the way to go. Which is when the round ends. Oh, I have to be in the hallway. Yeah, let's just move to the hallway, I guess. Unless I'm just trying to get victory points. I could do a test and throw in these cards. 4 shroud, I'd be at... I could do a 5 on 4 test. Nah. Alright, so I'm in the hallway. Done my turn. Enemy phase. Ghoul enemies move to the parlor. He's already there. Now we ready up, reset, draw. Gret Wagner. That would have been nice to soak up some damage in horror earlier. Help me with fighting. That would have been good with the machete to have the +1 fight earlier when I was missing on that 1 enemy. Then we'll gain a resource. So at the end of the round, place 1 doom on the agenda for each ghoul in the hallway or parlor. Oh, how do I do this? When the round ends and at the end of the round. Let's do this when the round ends first. There's probably an order, but I'll just do this one first because I feel like it. So I'll take this one away. So when the round ends, investigators in the hallway, which I'm in the hallway, can spend the requisite number of clues to advance. And breaking the barrier. Using the barrier in the attic, you carry ice and snow from the cellar and hurl it at the barrier. The barrier sparks and shudders as it consumes the ice, then hisses and fades out of existence. The barrier blocking the passage in the parlor is vanished. Reveal the parlor. So the parlor is revealed. It's got the resign. This is too much for me. You run out the front door fleeing in panic. While Lita Chandler is not controlled by a player, she gains parlay, test 4. If you succeed, take control of Lita. It's 2 shroud, no clues. Okay. Then it says put the set aside Lita Chandler into play at the parlor. Here's Lita. She has 0 resources. While you control her, she gains each investigator at your location gets +1 fight. She got the reaction. While an investigator at your location successfully attacks a monster enemy, that investigator deals +1 damage. So she's chilling here. She's got the ghoul hanging out. Then it says spawn the set aside ghoul priest in the hallway. So this jerk face spawns in. He's 4, 5 health, 4 evade, human, monster, ghoul, elite, prey, highest fight, hunter, retaliate. hits for 2/2, victory 2. So this guy engages. This is gone. And what have you done? A woman with the torch stands in your parlor, a glimmer of hatred in her eyes. What have you done to my barrier? She screams, furious. Before you can answer, a ghastly wail sounds behind you, and a creature wearing robes and a deer skull mask tears through the wall, advancing towards you. Objective: if the ghoul priest is defeated, advance. Now... enemy does help for once you have a clue on location for once. Yeah, no kidding. I know, I've been getting unlucky with that. But yeah, punished for being slow for sure. Advance, no time. Who would have thought that the key to open a magic barrier is to throw snowballs at it? Yeah, no, it's so funny. Must be ghouls not out. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this ghoul priest is engaged with me. Now we're going to put, at the end of the round, we're going to put one, actually, we're going to put 2 doom on the agenda, because we have a ghoul at the hallway and a ghoul at the parlor. So we're actually at 11 out of 10, which clears it all away. And then we read the back, which is probably a big fat fail. Yeah. The ghouls break free. The ground begins to shake, and you can see claws rising up from the dirt as uncanny creatures desperately try to dig their way out of the ground all around you. Everywhere you turn, you see monsters emerging from the earth, terrified as you flee as fast as you can. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. What's this? If the investigators are at Act 1 or 2, they are trapped inside the house as the ghouls tear them apart. Resolution 3. But we're not, right? Yeah, we're on Act 3. We're on Act 3. What's this do? If the investigators are at Act 3, they barely escape with their lives, allowing the ghouls to run rampant. Each investigator who has not resigned is defeated and suffers 1 physical trauma. Stupid. All right, so we're getting a physical trauma that we have to remember to record, and we're officially defeated. So if that means we're dead, I don't know. I don't think so, but it might tell us that in the resolution, right? So we definitely didn't beat this guy, so this guy's going to come hunting us back in a future scenario, I assume. We didn't get Lita. Yeah, so this is interesting. This is the worst I've ever done in the first scenario of Arkham Horror LCG. So I feel like an idiot. And yeah, this is a new player scenario, right? What am I doing in the first scenario? No, I'm just joking. No, this is funny. They definitely made this a more hardcore scenario. And yes, I did feel like I was taking too long, but it's like I was drawing into the locations, or sorry, drawing into the encounter cards that were making me spend extra actions, which sucked. I kept getting enemies jumping on me when there were no clues, and I wanted to just move in and fight a different enemy. So that costed wasted turns. I could have just moved around with them or tried to evade them, but that still takes actions, which I might fail. I'm not good at evading, so I might as well fight. When I needed my machete, or I needed a better weapon, I had the machete into play, but didn't have any fight buffs. So no beat cop, which I'm not playing with, but the equivalent, Greta Wagner, or Gret Wagner. If she would have showed up earlier, that would have been sweet. I got unlucky with some hand discarding stuff. I did not expect it to get that crazy with ripping cards out of my hand, and it got some good ones. I was down, like you could tell it took so long and I was drawing so much. I was down to 6 cards left in my deck. So Gret Wagner, cover up was right at the bottom, I guess. Almost. Mr. Rook, Vicious Blow. Yeah, Vicious Blows would have been okay with the dynamite and all that kind of stuff would have been helpful. Crack the case, I didn't need that. Yeah, just taking the horror and the damage was getting a little rough there, but I just ran out of time. I was too slow. Definitely too slow. I need to push it and risk a bit more. But oh, also the other point was I was down to like 1 horror left before I was dead a couple times. So I couldn't push and take attacks of opportunity or would have just died. So that also slowed me down because I didn't have a place to soak on some turns where I would have loved to just take attack of opportunity. But yeah, that was a crazy amount of enemies to see there too. Like, yeah, a lot. And then I feel like the encounter cards I drew were like the ones Roland does not want to see. So yeah, that was, yeah, so we shuffled some of them back in. All right, let's do our resolution. Where is it? So what do we get? If no resolution was reached, each investigator resigner was defeated, right? Continue. Oh, how do I take trauma? Hold on. How do I do this? Undo? Do I need to put the trauma in already? Right. Yeah, I do. Or is it going to do it automatically? No, it's not. Physical trauma. Yeah. Defeated physical. Oh, it's going to do it anyway. It's going to do it anyway. Hold on. Let's do it properly. This is a little confusing. Because it asks you about trauma here. How do I do it? Undo. Get rid of it. How do I get rid of it? Oh my god, this is annoying. No. Yeah, definitely messed up. Undo. Okay, we got back there. All right, let's try it again. Third tries the charm. Defeated physical trauma. No resolution was reached. You barely managed to escape your house with your lives. The woman from your parlor follows you out the front door, slamming it behind her. You fools! See what you have done? She pushes a chair in front of the door, lodging it beneath the doorknob. We must get out of here. Come with me, and I will tell you what I know. We are the only ones who can stop the threat that lurks beneath, unleashed throughout the city. You're in no state to argue. Nodding, you follow the woman as she runs from your front porch out into the rainy street toward Rivertown. In your campaign log, record that your house is still standing. Ah, okay. So we're not burning it down, that's for sure. In your campaign log, record that the ghoul priest is still alive. Aw. And the lead investigator earns the Lita Chandler card and may include it in their deck. Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. Okay, we got something out of it. And it does not count towards my deck size. All right, Lita's in my deck. Sweet. Roland Banks earns Lita Chandler. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of cards. Each card in the victory display. Remember to add eligible locations. So looking at the board, I was one clue away from getting this one, which I should have just went for, which sucks. And then we got 1, 2, 3. 3 victory. And each investigator earns 2 bonus experience as they gain insight into the hidden world of Mythos, included automatically. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. So 5 total. Update decks with scenario results. 1 physical trauma, earned 5 experience, Lita Chandler, safe. I want to see what happens on the website end. Actually, let's see view the deck, and let's see if it has our weakness correctly in there. That we added after the app synced. Hopefully they did the one-way sync, right? Where was that? Dark Pact, yeah, it's there, perfect. So even though we added, so after we load the app, there's like, it does a sync, right? I just don't know how often it syncs, but even though we edited it on ArkhamDB, it's still, we didn't break it by editing it on this right after, which is cool. So I guess now's when we want to upgrade, right? Proceed to scenario 2. All right, let's view our deck. Editor deck. Upgrade with XP? No, that's not the one. I always do the wrong thing. Edit. But I guess we can edit it on ArkhamDB. I probably would rather do so we can read the deck description, because I feel like that doesn't show up here. Maybe it does. No. Or did I see it? Yeah, okay. We'll do it on the website, actually. I took Lita? Yeah, I did. Should I? No achievement. I don't care about the achievement. I told you guys, I don't care about it on this playthrough. But it's cool they exist. I just don't think I'll ever play this like enough to ever try to get all the achievements, so in that case, I don't even care to start. Yeah, it's better than mental trauma. That's for sure, Devo, for sure. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to... we're going to upgrade our deck with experience today before we end the stream. So we're set up for tomorrow's episode when we play Scenario 2. So what I'm going to do, this is linked in the video description down below if you want to open this to read Yogi's nice description here. But there is some upgrade ideas here. And if you guys want to take a look at those, I have all the cards pulled out already, so we'll be pretty quick with it. But I'm just going to take a quick break, just a stretch. I'll be right back while you guys look through this. And then we will discuss the upgrade options. And we'll choose an upgrade, and we'll change the deck list, and we'll be ready for tomorrow. All right, I'll be right back in a couple minutes. Because Rob doesn't know how to use shortcut, we should replace it. No, I know how to use shortcut. I just wanted to use it in skill tests at the time, which I felt were more important, but maybe it would have saved me some actions at the end. And I realized that when we got to that point. Remember, I was playing this blind too, so I had no idea this scenario. So Yogi, I know you put in shortcut because you know the return to. But the original campaign, I felt like the shortcut isn't really needed in the first scenario. So in my mind, I was using it for skill icons. And I think one got discarded. But if I even had the idea that this was going to sprawl out this big on the table, obviously shortcut I would have valued way differently. But again, I was shocked. I was shocked at what happened here. I guess I should have known when I saw the first 4 locations that were like new, like the 3 new ones. But this stuff with the adding on the extra, I didn't predict. I didn't realize I was going to get overwhelmed by ghoul enemies where I might need to actually move using that. So yeah, shortcut, I definitely understand now why it was in here for the first scenario. I should have used that differently. But again, if I just held it in my hand the whole time, I could have lost it anyway. So, I don't know. Holding it for the end, I didn't see that. I saw both shortcuts too early, I think. So let's read here the deck upgrade stuff. So we got the M1918 bar to replace the 45 Thompson. Is that super urgent? Should I grab Charisma? Again, I only saw, technically I saw 2 allies, but one came out the last draw of the game basically, and the other one got this ripped out of my hand before I could even play it. Keen Eye for just resource generation. I was sitting on piles of resources at certain points. So I can see spending money on some of those tests I would have gladly done for some of the fighting, actually. But investigating later, I'm sure. Yeah, taking the 1918 bar now could be... So what do I have? I have 5 XP to spend. So this would leave me with 1 XP if I took that one. Charisma would leave me with 2. Keen Eye would leave me with 2. We have Gret Wagner we could upgrade 1 copy of to get +1 fight, +1 intellect. After you defeat an enemy exhauster, deal 1 damage. I don't know what the priority is here. We have the grenades. We could get 1 grenade for 1 XP, right? Extra ammo. Place 3 tokens on a firearm. I mean, that's only 1 XP. We get an extra ammo and the M1918 bar or whatever. There's also enchanted weapon, which is 3 cost. It's like a spell. We attach it to a weapon asset controlled by an investigator location. Attached asset gains a relic trait and takes up an arcane slot in addition to its other slots. It's got a reaction after you perform a fight action using the attached weapon or whatever. You exhaust this card, and the owner of this card's add the owner of this card's willpower to your fight for the attack, and it deals +1 damage. So it's like a level up on your weapon. You could attach this to machete, right? You could be doing machetes with this thing too. But it says it could be useful if you rake in that XP. Well, I didn't really rake in the XP in my mind. Reliable. An event, fast, play only during your turn. Attached to an item asset you control while resolving a triggered ability on the asset. You get +1 to each of your skills. Okay. That helps upgrade weapons too. We have the Enchanted Blade, which is its own item, weapon, relic, melee thing here. Costs 3 XP. Uses 3 charges. You get +2 fight for the attack. If you succeed, you may spend 1 charge. Oh, spend 1 charge to empower the blade, dealing +1 damage. If the blade is empowered and it defeats an enemy, draw 1 card and heal 1 horror. The only problem with this, it only has 3 charges on it. So you literally can only empower it like... Oh, no, I see. You don't spend a charge to fight. You just spend a charge to empower. So you can empower it 3 times, which draws a card and heal a horror. I mean, that seems cool too. We also have Glimpse the Unthinkable. An insight, cost 0, 1 XP. Draw 1 card, it's an event. Draw 1 card, shuffle any number of non-weakness cards from your hand into your deck, and draw that many cards. So another one to like dig for a weapon or something. Huh. I don't know. I don't know here. If I were to just do it, I haven't looked at the chat yet, but if I were to just spend the points, I'd probably like, I don't know, enchanted weapon and like 2 extra ammo maybe, or like Gret Wagner. What's the upgraded Gret Wagner? Yeah, I don't know. I like the M1918 bar. It seems interesting. So I probably should grab it now. It's 4 XP. Will I have 4 XP again? Probably not. So maybe I just grab this since Yogi's recommending we're getting to it like it's the first thing, and then grab 1 extra ammo. I don't know. That's what I would do maybe. So let's see. What's Yogi recommending? What are you guys thinking? Let's see. So let's go with Yogi Bear says Keen Eye 3. Okay, yeah, I like Keen Eye a lot because it's permanent, right? I love these ones where I can just throw money at a test. I wish they had the willpower icon on there, but that's okay. Keen Eye 3, reliable for 1. Reliable for 1, which was this one. +1 to each of your skills while you're testing with an item. So that you can attach to flashlight too, right? Is that an item? So you can attach it to machete, you can attach it to, yep, flashlight. We can attach it to the Thompson. And you get +1 to each of your skills. I like that one. And then Glimpse of the Unthinkable, and replace 2 Logical Reasoning or Charisma 3 instead of Keen Eye. Scoop and earn more XP. I know, I wish I got more XP. I saw it too. I saw it where in my head I was like, man, I got lucky seeing the 2 victory point enemies plus a 3rd one. And then the Ghoul Priest, if I just had more time, or if enemies spawned on me at locations on the right time, I could have been pulling clues off the other victory point seller. Man, yeah. If I just, there's just a couple things that if they happen in a different order at a different time, I could have had like 3 more XP at least. The luck I had. Oh man. All right. Let's see. So I don't know about the charisma. So yeah, if I get Mr. Rook and Gret Wagner in play, that's cool. But I never have faith on seeing 2 allies at the same time where I'm worried about it. And if I do see 2 allies in hand, I usually then just absorb damage and horror on one of them to get him out of play to put him to some use. And then just play the other one after. If I did see them that aggressively. I don't know. I'm not a fan of charisma, to be honest. I understand why it's there. In some decks, it works amazing. In some play, you get lucky. But I hate when it just sits there staring at me, and I haven't even seen a single ally or got in play for like 75% into a scenario, and I'm just staring at it like, why did I spend 3 XP on that? But then again, you can spend 3 XP on any card, and you just don't even draw it. So, I mean, either way. Oh, I also have Lita now, right? I do have Lita. Yeah, I do have Lita. You're right. Lita kind of makes it worth it, I feel. Because if you do see her, you want her staying in play, using her ability. And then if you see Gret or someone else, you can throw them in there to take the heat instead of Lita. Yeah, I forgot about Lita. And Mr. Rook, yeah, he would have drawn into other allies. You're right. Mr. Rook, if we see him again early, we should really value slapping him in play and putting him to use. I agree. Just unlucky how it worked, how he lost all those cards. So that's what, yeah, if Mr. Rook, agree, Yogi, if Mr. Rook's in there pulling cards, and I'm looking at the top 9 and I'm grabbing allies that way, you're right. We just have to see Mr. Rook early and get him down before we lose him. All right, so with both those options, I'm going to put it to a poll. We're either going with Keen Eye. Here, I'll put it in the poll. And you guys watching can decide on how we upgrade. So, which upgrade path? So it's either Keen Eye, which I'll bring up the cards in a sec. Keen Eye. Where did that go? It was Keen Eye, Reliable, and something else. Keen Eye, Reliable, and Unthinkable. Glimpse of the Unthinkable. Keen Eye, Reliable, and Glimpse of the Unthinkable, if it fits. No, it does not fit. So we'll just say Glimpse. And then the other one was Charisma plus... Oh, Charisma, and then it's still Reliable, and then... Oh, so I could just in Keen Eye or... And then Glimpse. Oh, okay. Or, okay, I'll have that option too. Charisma, and then 2 extra ammo, right? Was the other option? Or save. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Charisma, 2 times extra ammo. Or charisma. Okay. I'll put that last one too, Yogi. I see you're putting in there. I can only put 4 options. Let me see. Charisma. And then 1, Charisma, Glimpse. I think that's right. Glimpse. I think I'm spelling it. And extra ammo. All right, I'm going to put them in the poll in the live chat. So if you're watching this live, I just dropped in the 4 options that Yogi's thrown in there. And we will go with whichever one gets the most votes. So let's talk about the cards. I'll try to get them all here for us to look at. So you can hold off on your vote for a minute if you want, and I can bring the cards out. I have them here somewhere. Oh, right here. I just don't know if I grabbed Enchanted Weapon. I don't remember seeing that one before. Yeah, I just grabbed Enchanted Blade. I have to find Enchanted Weapon eventually. So Charisma, we all know Charisma. This is Charisma. It's in 3 of the options. Permanent, so it starts in play, and I have 1 additional ally slot. So if I see Lita Chandler, Gret Wagner, or Mr. Rook, I believe are the only assets I have. 5 different cards. If I see 2 of them, then I can have 2 ally slots. Let's clean up some of this area here. Let's do it like here. Okay, Charisma. Okay. That's 1. The other options are Glimpse. This is in one of the options. Glimpse of the Unthinkable. 0 event. Draw 1 card. Shuffle any number of non-weakness cards from your hand into your deck. Then draw that many cards. Just a way to help us dig for allies or dig for weapons. Find the cards we need. Really cool card. Really cool card. Okay, what else is in there? Keen Eye. Again, another permanent. This we would take instead of Charisma. And this starts in play. It's just a way to spend all that money we have just sitting there. We get from that we can get from emergency cash or that other seeker card that can get us money when we discover the last clue. And this would give us for 2 resources we get +1 intellect, or 2 resources get +1 fight. So for those, like, you know, desperate scenarios when we don't have the cards we need for skills, we can spend money, try to get a clue off a location or destroy an enemy when we're having a little trouble. And it starts in play right away. So even if we don't see a weapon or something, we have that. And extra ammo for 1 XP is cost 2. It's just an event. You play it. You put 3 ammo tokens on a firearm controlled by an investigator your location. So just a way to get more tokens on, like the Thompson, just to fire out, and eventually hopefully the M1918 bar or whatever, the bar. So extra ammo. And what was the other thing? I just need to see the poll results. Well, reliable is in one of the options. So reliable is an upgrade. So fast doesn't cost an action, just costs a resource. Play only during your turn. You attach it to an item asset you control. So I could attach this to flashlight. I could attach this to machete. I could attach this to the Thompson, I believe. While resolving a triggered ability on attached asset, you get +1 to each of your skills. So if I'm, you know, investigating, I get an extra intellect. If I'm, you know, it just helps us on the tests, and mainly for shooting our gun, you know, that kind of stuff. And is that all? We covered ammo, we covered glimpse, keen eye, charisma, reliable, and that's it. So all the options in the chat, or in the live chat poll, are made up of mixes of those cards. The rest we can talk about, you know, after the second scenario tomorrow, and we can maybe pull from some of those. And again, you can see all those in the deck list, linked in the video description if you want to go read about them. But I limited to that. And while you guys are voting, I'm just going to go grab Enchanted Weapon, because I did not grab that. I only grabbed Enchanted Blade. But Enchanted Weapon, we might want to buy that tomorrow. So let's grab it. Somewhere in here. I think. Oh, it's an event. It's an event. I thought it'd be an asset. It's an event. Okay. I'm looking through all the assets. Enchanted Weapon. Where are you? I should have looked at the art too. For some reason it's not there. What? I probably went by it already. Let me click on the card. There's no image for it in ArkhamDB. Why is this? Why is this? Oh, I'm not even looking in the upgraded events. I'm being an idiot. I'm looking in the 0 XP events. Woo! So yeah, feel free to vote in the live chat. Anyone that just joined on the deck upgrades. Again, link in the video description. Oh, there's an upgrade for the Thompson? That's fun. Again, I've not looked through all these cards ever. But we're just going to events. Where are our events? Custom ammunition? That sounds fun. Marksmanship? Yeah, some of these cards I've never... Oh man, you can add like a sniper scope on your weapons. Well maintain your weapon. There's some cool cards in here. It's upgraded dynamite blast. Enchant weapon. Oh, enchant weapon. Yeah, right here. Okay, let's keep that with our cards. Yep. All right, just that's ready for tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna close the poll. I'm gonna close the poll, and we'll figure out what we're going with for the upgrades. End the poll. Thank you for that, Janet. Yes, I saw the trailer released today for that. Probably have an email in my inbox about that too. Let's see. Save. Charisma and save so you can get enchanted weapon tomorrow. I was going to put that option of saving XP, but then you dropped another option, so I don't know. Anyways, all right, we got 31% for Keen Eye, Reliable, and Glimpse. We got 31% for Charisma, Reliable, and Glimpse. So it's literally, now we're going to do a poll to decide between Charisma and Keen Eye, because that's literally the only difference between those two. And we'll just put it out for like 2 minutes. Which one? Because some of the other people voted on other options, right? Charisma. Keen Eye. So we'll just put this poll for like 1 minute. 1 minute. Get your votes in. There's a poll in the live chat. So we're definitely taking a Glimpse and a Reliable. So for sure we're going with these two for 1 XP each. And then it's going to either be your vote, either Charisma or Keen Eye. Charisma or Keen Eye. Get your vote in, and then I'll close the poll. I'll leave it up only for like a minute. So your choice, your choice. And we definitely don't need these. Okay. All right. So let's close it up. End poll. And it looks like, I think I saw it was Charisma like pretty far in advance, but sometimes it takes a minute to tally all the votes. 66% for Charisma. All right, there you go. There you go. Sorry, Keen Eye. We're just going to throw those back in our deck box for tomorrow to look through them. So those are all our upgrade options. We're keeping it straightforward. So now we have Charisma, which we'll throw a different color sleeve on because that is a permanent card. It does not go in our deck. It just starts in play. Next scenario. And then now we were replacing, what was the replacement? We were getting rid of, I know you said it. I saw it. We were replacing 2 logical reasoning, right? Place 2 logical reasoning. Okay. Okay, let's see. Where is it? All right. So we're going to get these out, and then we'll update it in the Arkham Cards app, just so it's saved for tomorrow. And then I'll put the updated deck list description. Throw those in with our secret cards. Okay. Beautiful. Let's throw that in our deck box. All right, beautiful. Okay. Let's do it here. We go to upgrade, 5 XP. Oh, log in again. My deck, pesky problem. 5 XP, edit. Oh, I see. Yeah. I shouldn't have done the upgrade anyway, so it's a good thing it was logged out because it already knows our 5 XP from the Arkham Cards app, right? Okay, so we are taking away 2 logical reasoning. And we're going to add in, was it shift to bring up seekers? Just like looking, there's so many options. My God. Just looking at like with almost all the card pool, like that's crazy amount of upgrades. Like look at all this stuff. That's crazy. I love it though, but it's crazy. All right. We got that card. We can hide that. We need charisma. Oh shoot. Let's do the neutral charisma. And then we'll do the guardian. It was reliable. Is it in alphabetical order? No. Why not? I don't know. I think we got it. So where is it? Reliable, which is 1 XP. Charisma, which is 3. We got Lita Chandler in there now. We got Glimpse, which is 1. -2 logical reasoning. All good. Bob says I would keep logical reasoning and dump 2 times guts. And that's why we don't listen to Bob. Just kidding. I know you're trolling. I know you're trying to troll Yogi. Remember to take my bonded cards out. Thank you. Yeah, you know when I would have remembered that? When I saw the mirror the first time or drew one of the melodies in the next game, I would have been like, whoops. Or a mulligan, hopefully. Hopefully would have corrected it on the mulligan next time. But yeah, totally forgot about that. So weird having like a sideboard in this game. So take out our soothing melodies. Thank you for that though. Where are they all? Did I skip one? It's 3 of them, right? Where are you? There it is. There it is. All right, so let's put all these back in. I forgot about these cards. Yeah, we definitely need all our player cards. That would be smart. So these I'll put in a different slot in my deck box so that they don't get mixed in. I guess I could just leave my deck here. There's no stream tonight, so I am okay with that. And I guess I could do this all after stream. I'll clean this up. I'll set up the next one tomorrow. And we'll have a whole different Midnight Masks coming up tomorrow. That'll be interesting. I think we'll need to keep the Ghoul Priest. I have a feeling we need to keep the Ghoul Priest around. Stupid Ghoul Priest. Okay, yeah, you guys can't even see that. Edward's asking, isn't logical reasoning the only horror heal in the deck? I don't know, is it? It might be. Now that yeah. If you guys have other recommendations while I'm still here, I can remove something else instead of logical reasoning. Is there any other recommendations based on the deck? The deck list is in the video description. If you want to take a look at the previous state of the deck list, I'll post the link to this one once it's finalized in tomorrow's episode. If you want to take a look at it, it's already there. You can set a reminder for it already if you don't want to miss tomorrow. Bob says we can revisit this decision when Roland gets taken out with horror. I mean, it kept me in the game this time. Like, the logical reasoning kept me in the game. Also being able to get rid of... oh, I do have the soothing stuff. Yeah, the soothing things. See my previous comment, lose 2 guts. He. I mean, we can. But the guts can kind of help us from not taking the horror in the first place. I'd rather have something that prevents it rather than something that tries to recover it. Hopefully we just see our allies, and I can put some on there. And yeah, we have the soothing melody off the mirror if we see it. But remember, the mirror is only a one of in the deck, right? Ditch one inquiring mind, one logical reasoning, maybe? Acquiring mind. Yeah, acquiring mind, when I looked at it, I thought that was the one you wanted to take out, because I thought that might be the one. But I love that one. I don't know. It's like three icons, right? Mr. Rook can find the mirror, no problem, assuming we see Mr. Rook. But inquiring mind, I like, man, I'm a sucker for skill icons. They get you out of so many bad situations. How about one guts and one logical reasoning? All right, so here's what we're going to do. A quick and dirty poll here. What to remove? And you guys can vote. It's going to be one logical reasoning for sure. And what's the second card? Is the second card a logical reasoning? Is it going to be guts? Or is it going to be a, what was the other one? Inquiring minds. I don't know if I'm spelling that right. So I'll put that poll up for only like a couple minutes in the chat, but you guys can vote. So we're going to take out a logical reasoning for sure. And then either we take out an inquiring mind, another logical reasoning, or we take out a guts. And I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. So guts. We already took a logical reasoning or inquiring minds. So what are we moving? So we're definitely taking out one of these, but do we take out two? Or do we take out one of these, inquiring mind, or one of these and guts? And there they are, if you guys are not sure what cards we're talking about. And well, that's being decided. Where's the return to? I should put this up front. Yeah, so let's check now in the poll here. What do we got? What do we got? Let's click end poll. It'll probably take a second. So while that's going, I'm just going to split up the little enemy decks. Trying to make sure we have taken all the stuff out we don't need. Ratty rats. These will go here. Rats. This here. This here. This here. This here. This here. Okay. And this guy I think we'll need. But I can put him with that. And that's me undoing the scenario. Okay. So what do we got? 38% want a guts out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bob's the winner, I think. Bob's the winner. So we'll take out a guts. I'll put back in a logical reasoning. Okay. So we got a little bit of horror heal still in the deck without finding the mirror. But we lose a guts. We have less guts. Less guts. Okay, thank you everyone for voting and helping with this for sure. It definitely helps. I appreciate it. And again, special thanks to Yogi for giving us the options, coming up with the deck, getting the plan, typing out all that stuff. You, my friend, as usual, I bow to you. Thank you for keeping the play going smooth. I appreciate it. All right, so let's edit. All the mail votes came down. Okay, so we need to put one back in the deck. And then we need to take out a guts, right? That looks good. I think that looks good. One glimpse, one lead up, one charisma, one reliable, take out a guts, logical reasoning, save. So I did it in the web app. Now if I look at the phone app, hopefully it's just good. We will just go back. Okay, so now tomorrow we just click start on here and we should be good. Yeah, I'll close the app down and reload it so that way it refreshes our changes for sure. But yeah, let me just do that actually. Perfect. Yeah, this is a clever little app though. I do prefer deck building and modifying on the web app though, just a bigger screen and the hover and all that stuff I like. But I mean, man, if you're on the go, it's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, thank you everybody. Before you go, click the like. Yes, Neil, thank you. Before you go, click that like button. Also, before you run away, it'll automatically send you to the next episode. Once I end the stream, it should kick you there. And then you can click a reminder to remind you for tomorrow's episode. But it is at noon Eastern, again tomorrow, same time as today's. Same on Friday. We're going to be playing the 3 scenarios, one each day. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do the setup for the Midnight Masks and see what's different with the return to the Midnight Masks. But so far, I like this little first scenario and how it just messed with me. It was so different. I like how this first one was changed and was definitely not an easy peasy tutorial scenario. That was like, Rob, you got to play like you're playing, you know, the Circle Undone or something. That was cool. It just adds more replayability so far. Because now I would like to replay that one. Whereas you play the first one a couple times learning the game, you kind of like know what's going to happen, right? So now you can play it and it's like, I have no idea. There's some change thing. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with Return to the Midnight Masks. There should be a playlist link down in the video description if you're looking for any of our Arkham Horror playthroughs. Thank you everyone for your help today, voting, watching, chatting, having a good time, hanging out. Thank you. Special thank you to everyone that donates to us over on Patreon and YouTube. If you'd like to donate, links are in the video description. Of course, anyone super chat donations, all that stuff. Because it helps me go and buy these Return 2s, the revised core sets, the expansions, all the games we get without having to be, you know, getting games from publishers. I appreciate it. Also helps us upgrade our equipment here, keep me doing this. You know, I appreciate it. And also hopefully traveling to conventions. Thank you for your support. It means more than I make it seem for sure. But anyways, thank you for watching and I'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.